Hello, friends. How are you?
And Space City. And here's a look at all of our operators because we are on Season Echo. You do see Morse. And of course, we know the limitations that you will see of only 2 operators per team, for each operator, rather. You can only choose it twice per team. So we're going to Zero Dam, expecting to see Raptor, D-Wolf. Vlinder has been a popular choice as well here, DK. Any other thoughts on the comp meta for Zero Dam, or maybe what you want to see from some of these players to kick things off?
I want to see. I just want to see some mega plays, right? And I think for the viewers that don't understand what we're talking about when we talk
Hello,
about
Sihan. Hello, Castor. Welcome,
Meg is the only
welcome.
player that steps onto the battlefield with a
Hi,
compound bow in
Shiro.
hand,
Hi, Hazy.
not
Hi,
as a troll,
Smokai.
to hit shots like you can't believe, right? We saw that yesterday. Meg just hitting a full team wipe with a compound bow. I mean, you've got M7s in here. You've got AWMs. Up comes Meg with a compound bow. It's like, you know, that's nice. That's cute. Let me show you how it's done. Insane. I mean, I'm here for that. I want to see how these players are going to look to just blow us away with their performances. And, of course, what better map to start it on with other than heading straight into Zero Dam for our very first eco run.
I love it. I'm pumped to jump straight into Zero Dam, folks. Economy rounds. What do you expect to see? Well, one, if you loot up, do wall breaker, there's a bunch of different things you can grab we'll talk about. Main thing I'm expecting to see is some dang fighting, man. There are so many points on the line of these eco rounds, and that eco is best served by getting kills. And if you can get kills and extract, then bang, you're going to be having a fantastic day. So watch out for some early engagements, especially around admin. Let's take a look at our T1 spawners. Does look like it's Space Station Gaming. Going to get tier 1 spawn again on Zero Dam, and it's going to be Leviathan. That is going to be a wild fight to kick things off in admin. Leviathan in green today, Space Station Gaming in that classic yellow. Watch out for the admin fights while everybody else rotates from wherever they spawned.
Yeah, it is going to be
Hello, Memory.
I like
Welcome,
the fact
welcome.
that both Leviathan and, of course, Space Station getting right down to business as they rush forward into admin. But all the other groups all going into their respective locations, right? You can see Barracks being occupied, same going for Cement Plant. Major also getting a little bit of focus there, and Visitors also getting looted up. So I like the approach here, right? The team's not necessarily putting a lot of emphasis on the aggression. They are also putting a little bit of focus on that loot as well. As we know, you have to find that balance. Yes, this is the eco round. Yes, you get a lot of points for aggression. But let's see some of the extraction part as well.
Yeah, I mean, look at the operators really quickly. We see Raptor on every
Playing
single team.
Pow
This makes a ton of
World.
sense.
Very
Raptor gets
nice.
so much value on Zero Dam.
I need to figure out how to
T-Wolf
set
on
up
every
a
single team.
dedicated Pow
Yeah,
World
every team
server
besides
today.
Leviathan, if I'm reading that
I'll
correctly.
try to figure that
Leviathan
out
electing to go
later
for
tonight.
Byron, another assault operator. So everything looking about standard across the board for all these players, and be paying attention to. Oh, Meg pulling 2 mil off screen. Not even an admin. Liquids was, I think somewhere total. Where is Liquids even at? Where are they pulling that? Is that Visitor Center? Holy cow. All right. What an insane pull trophy. 2 million to kick off the game.
Huh. I have one of those in my stash as well. So now I feel like my own version of a Meg. I've got the same trophy. Wow. You know which way I can't hit the shots like Meg does. But let's see what is going to be happening here with Leviathan, as they are going to go toe-to-toe now with SSG. I like that Allure Rocket, or that was rather the Raptor bird that they sent over to just scout out the opposing side. Nice little bit of that D-Wolf play as well. And for the time being, the rest of the lobby just kind of respecting the fight, right? Everybody just going about their business. Nobody is going to look to push up in towards admin just yet. So I think this puts SSG and Leviathan in a really good position, right? They can really focus on getting this play secured, working through the tactics, and only one of them is going to make it out of this in one piece.
Yeah, this is not odd. It's just a lot of the other teams are a little bit slow to rotate. Sometimes you'll see teams that spawn at Substation, for instance, or even Visitors immediately sprint up towards admin to try to come third party this inevitable fight that we know will happen. But for now, like you mentioned, they are alone. So it's a big moment for them to take a true 3v3, and winning out in admin not only secures you 3 kills, which is 2.4 mil, but it also secures you the rest of the loot in this high value POI. But we've seen a standoff here many a times. You all have probably been in a standoff here many a times when it comes to Zero Dam. So no surprise to see a few trading of blows, but nobody falling yet.
also a good and healthy exchange here from either side, but at some point, one of these teams needs to just suck it up and push on forward. Does seem like Leviathan is going to try and test the wood. As you can see, Socio is going to be moving a little bit closer. Eclipse holding that edge position right alongside him. But I like what Widows is doing as well, right? Venturing
They
down onto that
pre-firing?
lower
Did you
level.
see that?
And it does seem like the
That's
entirety of
crazy.
SSG is up top, so they could be
I
an
love that,
opportunity for a bit of a backstab. Oh, but too easy, getting clapped on down.
Too easy down. Bad news. Leviathan could full send this. Currently, like you mentioned, there are a couple folks interested in maybe third-party this, but not for a while. You have the player advantage. You've got to make a push here. You can just wait for some of your utility to come off cooldown, maybe. You see Leviathan likely use... You have Toxic ult to potentially use. They still have Viren, could come swinging in. But it looks like Sky's trying to answer back with a Viren ult of his own. Gonna have to back off, feeling a ton of pressure right now. Great util and great aggression from the side of Leviathan. I told you, these guys like to swing and like to fight. Skies does find a great angle. Nice prone out there from Leviathan Eclipse to stay up. Skies almost caught somebody through the smoke without intel. That was nuts.
I think sometimes they're just too good for their for their own best. They just hit shots where they're not supposed to. But let's see how this one goes. The Skies is now just pushing closer onto its Widows. And I like that change up, but in the meantime, we do see some coffee coming out there as Nightmare is going to be looting it up over in the cement plant. The airdrop also is on the ground. Up comes FX taking off those scabs as they move in. And Fernandez now is going to show us what's inside. Ooh, there's a nice little weapon over there.
WR.
Drop is the most important. It's going to drop the AWM and the AMD too, but we got a big fight on our hands. Looks like Socio Legend and Leviathan have just wiped
SSG's out already. They were cooking yesterday. Or yesterday? The day before?
Very surprising.
And if Delta Force is an extraction game, does it become a battle royale for pros? I guess so. That's what it is right now.
Trying to show up for a third party, and unfortunately,
Kind of battle royale, still not really. They're still extraction shooting because they have to extract. Point system isn't only kills.
Barely creeping and crawling away from that triple blaster. They could potentially stick this res with this amount of smoke in the air, and maybe use Viren ult here to try to knock people down, back them off. They stick the res, and it's a 3v3. That's what they're doing.
Oh, nice play here. As you can see, the pressure just absolutely getting stacked up. MW is so relentless. But as we know, they are here to prove something, right? They want to try and reclaim their position on those rankings, so they are trying to double down, but a good push comes through from Socio. Nice cheeky slide, but not going to be enough, though. Down he goes!
Down he goes, but he's taking two with him.
Crazy
this is the
angle.
win I've ever seen from Leviathan. He just laced two in almost all three members by himself out in the open, not missing a shot. Socio
That's
picks up the
insane.
cleanups, and now Rapid is just taking the
Hello,
brunt
Blurred. How
of
are
full
you?
frontal assault from Leviathan. One player down, trying to bait out Rapids while they're resting, but they've got one covering it. As much as he might be able to trade one, he's going to go down. Down goes MW. 2 full team wipes for Leviathan to kick off Zero Dam. Talk about some economy. DK, that's 4.8 mil, and that's 6 points. Good grief, that's an 8-point swing, and we're only 8 minutes into this game.
Yeah, I mean, they mean business, right? They are not holding back, just packing it in here. But this is exactly what we want to see coming into that second day of play, right? Teams trying to drastically improve their overall point situation. The only way to get that done is to make sure that you play one banger of the round, and that seems to be the case here. Now it's going to be Fernandez stepping it up here. You got to watch out. He's got that AWM
Burning the arm on Zero Dam is kind of insane.
Has 5 rounds.
I am having fun.
So
5 rounds.
Why is insane to me that you have an arm on easy?
It's enough to do a ridiculous amount of damage.
Like, this is so scary.
Mana break rounds, in my opinion. I mean, a kill is a kill, and those points, like we talked about, can't emphasize enough how valuable they are. But ideally, you'd like to save these for some future rounds, give you some advantages to get those mana breaks, which are the most important thing in the game. Nightmare, though, catching maybe a few shots on the back end of this fight, and there's one bullet. That's 100K up into the wind. Fortunately, not landing where he wants it to.
Well, If it doesn't land where he wants it to, you're just gonna have to try that.
They know
And
the
again,
swamp
speaking
guy
of which,
doesn't
though,
have
it's
the
gonna be
arm,
Lucas just
so they
cutting
can.
things
They don't
out.
have to do
Boom
anything.
goes the
They can
Gabra.
let that guy
But
go.
that is gonna be putting
They just
Nightmare
need
in
to take
a
out the
little bit of a
arm.
difficult
Which would be
situation here.
a really
They're gonna get
okay.
pressured, but the sprays
Good
are on the
pick.
money here, as Ehumura is gonna be hit, quickly dealt with. Now Lucas can look to just rush up onto the back end here of FX.
Classic signal flare. They've got the advantage. Player advantage means we fly at our opponents. FX in trouble, taking a bit of damage.
You're rooting for Nightmare to
They don't
win.
want to take this fight.
Nightmare, because it's like, it's kind of funny because like a lot of pro players we know because we play with them. So we know the vibes, we know Equal, so tons of people, we know Mag. Okay, very good play.
Fernandez at least having the wherewithal to turn and burn. And
Yeah, so we're cheering for Team Nightmare.
Get a decent amount of value for that.
Yesterday we were cheering for Team
great setup
Liquid
from
because
Yeah,
Aaron,
looking at the clock, there's still
Aaron,
the
Mendo,
potential
and
opportunity
Hotsick
for
were
one of our
playing.
teams to try and
So,
play
yeah,
for
it's
an
just our
extract, right? I mean, looking
friends.
at Leviathan, they do have
Are you joining the
4.2
tourney?
million
Absolutely
profit,
not. How we
so they could
get
definitely look to
absolutely
bag up a few
destroyed.
more if they can get their hands on it. But sitting with 6 kills in the back pocket.
Hello,
already is
Miranda,
gonna
how are
just bring
you?
in so
Thank you,
much of
Ghost.
that-
Thank you, thank you. Thank
that
you for
eco that they
subbing.
could need moving into the later few phases. And now it's just where things start to dial back a little bit. Meg just putting a little bit of distance between himself and the sprays coming through from Leviathan. But in the meantime, right, Nightmare there having
Now, Equal has the so that's gonna be really useful because they have the 4 bullets.
LSZ to do exactly what they need to do. Puppy though is going to be keeping a very close eye on the wall here. Doesn't want to get
Like, surely that guy did put the bullets in his pocket, right?
3 teams full life. Listen, I told everybody while we were talking about the teams, these are some of the aggressive teams that are moving over to play against each other this time. We're going to move quick. And we've had
Have I gotten the new red yet? The uranium? Yeah, I did.
Liquid.
The 4x2?
Haven't found hardly anything in the kill category. They just picked up that trophy for 2 mil to start things off at Visitor Center. So some nice loot luck, but they don't have the extra points that the rest of these teams have. Nightmare have 3 points already. Leviathan have 6 points already just from the kills. So Liquids would really like to get a couple kills here, wipe one of these other 2 teams so they can keep their spot near the top of the leaderboard given the amount of loot they have.
So they know what they need to do, right? They have one main objective in mind here. It does seem like there is going to be quite a bit of focus potentially placed towards that southern side where we see Nightmare just lying in wait. I'm not sure if LSZ is going to full send it there, but it's going to be Leviathan following down them rather down into that position. They are going to spot each other out on the side. Here goes Meg with those compound bow hits.
Headshot! That would have killed him! It feels gold ammo. That guy would have been dead.
And just spam these down range and hope they land. Somebody weak enough, a couple errant bullets could change things here. Jadavi's a little bit under pressure, gonna have to back up and heal. Clip's having to repair as well. So an interesting fight. Not a crazy amount of cover here. You're kind of trying to play these sightlands around the palm trees and then just play around your smokes and util. Smoke goes out, baiting out a ton of shots. Nothing really landing, but Leviathan, they've got a nice flank here, Socio Legend, but Meg has read this completely. As long as Meg hits the shots and sees him, no, looking slightly off angle. Nice shot from Meg. The Megalith strikes again, looking to land 2, unfortunately gets traded out.
All they got to do now is just double down. Just got to try and find that angle. LSZ, a little bit of a troubling position. Could still maybe bring the rest of the team back into the fight here, but it's going to be very slim pickings.
Hello, I will.
In the
How are
meantime, it is
you?
going to be Lucas that gets that extraction all the way down to the south, getting that paid extract. Now, Nightmare starting to push up from that southern edge as well. You can see DW trying to keep the pressure as high as he can, and this is going to be go, 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 as a 2v2v1 is going to be trying to just contest for some kind of resolution right outside the substation.
Oh, unfortunately, yes, Jadavi's goes down, but Widows is actually able to steal away that kill.
They got crossfire. Devices team got crossfire.
A nice pickup from Leviathan. I believe Leviathan, I think they have 9 kills. Is that not 3 full team wipes they've been able to pick up. This is an unbelievable start. And a nice swing from Deep W gets one fold. The other week.
Okay,
Nightmare
definitely got
trying to
another
catch
one.
up. So
Now
Leviathan
Nightmare's
are running
trying
away
to
with map
just
number
finish
1.
off
They have a ridiculous amount of points.
Leviathan.
And if they were to stay alive and win this as well and get out, they would have an unbelievable start. Scav shooting over, trying to do a little bit of damage. And Eclipse is just waiting and knowing.
The
that
Scav
he's
is
about to
actually just destroy that.
Wow.
Oh, you could swung and die.
Quite a bit of a standoff that we are having here over on the edge. But with only 2 squads left, right? I mean, Nightmare again trying to make as much profit as they can. As you can see, Equal now just trying to put that distance in, and Socio are just getting absolutely bombarded with the Scavs. And they are quite relaxed, so I can understand that feeling. But now it's up to Leviathan to show us what their intention is here, right? Are they going to try and maybe flush it out, get that full finish? Or are they going to try and make something happen here? Because they could, if they are really quick about it.
Yeah, if you kill a player, it's $50. Oh, you meant in-game. I thought you meant their prize money.
Right now.
So if you get a kill, the prize money is $50 if you get a kill. MVP is like $500.
He's gonna try to wrap this and
Yeah.
be a hero for the team.
Value-wise,
Nightmare, by the way, if you didn't notice, they did send one player out. Farmer Lucas went out through the bottom of the map. So because they did that, I want to say they were able to pick up, I'm guessing, the AWM. And they sent Farmer Lucas out with it to protect it for future rounds.
but if you get, I think the
We'll
tag,
get that later, but Equal Plays under a bit of pressure is going to back up.
the tag is
A couple
150.
things to consider here is that,
I
for
think.
one, he doesn't want to give away any points, but he also has nothing else to do on the map, so he likes to take this fight. Unfortunately, Equal Plays, yes, very good. Yes, can win 1v multiples, but a 1v3 against some of the heaviest fraggers in the game right now, this is going to be a tough one, DK.
Yeah. It's not
You gotta
advised
take the
at
tags
this
out.
point, right?
I think if you get the kill, you get money. But if you take the tag out and get the kill, you get more money. So that's why you see them putting dog tags into their safe
I'd
box.
say, well, it's equal. Go for it. Go have some fun, right? But no, not this time around. So yeah, he definitely has to play a lot more of a calculated position here. And it's all about just kind of keeping himself out of by trying to deny them that point. Also, maybe looking to see if you can find another 100k somewhere just to try and help push that profit up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's true. Rounds down, so 3.9 is still only 1 point, whereas 4 million is 2. But as much as we love profits, I can't even believe I'm about to say these
Oh,
words.
this could be a good angle
I
if he
believe
makes it in time.
Leviathan
You
are
get
on
cat
double
Leviathan.
digit kills here on Zero Dam in map 1. There are teams that hardly get to double digits in an entire 7-game series when they're struggling. This is dominant performance for Leviathan.
Yeah, I think this is one of the very instances that we see a team with 10 kills secure.
Wait, you can catch him. Wait, here's angle. I get no. If he went up the zip, he would have caught them all.
This is the start of the day. I mean, that's an immense
Oh, that's so unlucky. Because he had ult too. He would have caught this guy running up the zip. That would have been insane.
They're gonna be smiling at the end of today.
You see Eclipse is going to head out, make sure that they're able to protect some of their loot value again. Nobody was able to pull the lever in time. So they're going to be trading some reds back and forth, finding a few things, seeing what they can stash in their safe box, and go from their Equal Plays, looking for anything he can get his hands on in the last 10 seconds. But an unbelievable map from Leviathan. The ability to slay out almost the entirety of this lobby, it felt like. Equal Plays able to stay up, not wanting to give them any more points than they've already earned. My goodness. Nightmare, a nice team fight and a nice win to kick things off in their engagement. Equal Plays showing us what it looks like to dance and dance on the haters. But Leviathan, all calm, cool, and collected. And frankly,
W emo.
Legend is a
Wait, I want to
hero.
go back and clip it.
slay out almost the entirety of this lobby. It felt like Equal Play is able to stay up, not wanting to give them any more points than they've already earned. My goodness. Nightmare, a nice team fight and a nice win to kick things off in their engagement. Equal Play showing us what it looks like to dance and dance on the haters.
Equal dance. Let's go.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite part so far.
It did look like pubs, DK. I mean, this was a utter stomp. Folks, that is 10 points just from kills in the very first round. And then each of those kills are 800K. That's 8 mil added to their total, plus 2.4 mil assets gained. That's another 5 points in terms of their stash value that they're going to be walking away with moving into the next round. This is like a 15-point round. It's game one. Nobody's going to be even close to them. The second place is going to be like 5 points.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, they've just been cooking it up so much. And I mean, then you look on the other side of the board, right? Space Station and MW, unfortunately, going to be taken out here with not a single kill to their name. And of course, this all started with Space Station, Leviathan up in admin, right? That is, Leviathan decided to just move in, take Space Station.
They got the armor. I hope they got the bullets out too.
But fortunately, though, right, LFZ as well as Flux are also managing to get themselves a little bit of something before coming to the end of their run here. Nightmare.
Is that equal?
Lucas,
that was equal.
Extract, 2.6 mil
yeah,
in
that's
the
equal
back.
plays.
Definitely gonna help quite a bit.
Socio Legend by himself had 6 kills. This guy is now individual top fragger in the entire group stages already, with the plus kills here. A ridiculous stat line from this kid. Leviathan is doing something I've never seen done to kick things off, and I don't want to understate it. So let's keep looking at the rest of the stats, because it's going to be all Socio Legend all day. Top damage, over 1,000 damage by himself. Woo, buddy. Looking good.
Yeah. Bucket loads and bucket loads of damage getting brought through. Interesting thing that I'm wondering about, and we'll probably talk about that once we are done with the graphics here, is of course where that AWM went to. But
is the team named after one guy? No.
It is just Leviathan all over the place, right? Widows, Eclipse, and the Socio Legend makes a whole lot of sense looking at the sheer volume of chaos that they were causing out in our very first round here for day number 3. Absolutely amazing.
They did very well though. They got the arm, which is really good.
That Bomber Lucas getting the extract, bagging the 2.6 mil, really helping the team set up that eco.
Yeah, no, totally agree. And then Meg, remember, Liquids found a trophy down in Visitor Center, so that's that 2 mil there in the safe box. And then Eclipse was able to get out via, I think, weight restricted at the top. So, in general, great job from everybody, but it was a Leviathan game, and they're the only ones we really should be lauding, because they had over triple anybody else's
Eclipse
kills.
on third.
Legend, no question about it.
The
MVP,
third team is...
over 1K damage,
oh no, Eclipse is from Leviathan.
In the safe box alone. So really good job from this guy. And as a team, you saw the amount of assists they had. They were playing together as a team. They won all their team fights, and that just wins you the game. It is
no wonder there's no stream. There is. If you go to his Twitch, he's streaming with a 10-minute delay.
Seeing it right there on main stage. DK, what a way to kick this thing off, man.
It was insane. Absolutely insanity. I mean, if day 1 or day 2 was to give us any potential
no,
today,
I'm not blocking the third player. Stop it.
Right. Absolute brutality. But yeah, I wonder what happened to the AWM that FX was able to find. Did it make it out? That is going to be the big question.
I'm pretty sure Nightmare Farmer Lucas, after they wiped him, they were able to grab that AWM and then get out of the map with it. A great and smart extract from Nightmare. Big shout out to all the fans of Nightmare in the chat. I'm seeing you all spamming and loving that team. We'll see if they can step up to the challenge to take down Leviathan with the way they're kicking things off today. First, we're going to head to a very short break. While we do, get your popcorn. It's going to be all aggression, all gas, no breaks for the course of today. Game
Not
2
a
right
fun fact. I'm not making a mouse pad with my forehead. No one would buy it. Buy a ban Winnie mouse pad. Thursday, there's not going to be any more pro matches until Friday. So I'll have to wait until Friday. So you grind during the week. Good pick. Surely they clip his dancing at the very end, right? His emote? Yeah, doggy emote! W emote! Okay, break cash with the break. Do you think they're gonna bring it in this round? Surely not, right? Like, surely they save it for space. It makes more sense to save it for space. You see that? The freaking Stinger's following the Saniva. I need my teammates. I'm pretty sure everyone except the Panda doesn't follow the Saniva. Everyone's like 50 meters away from the Saniva. The guy's literally on his shoulder.
I'll get you out of here.
The enemy got the mandle bricks. Find and stop them. Mandle bricks decoded. Nice work, operator.
The time to strike is now. Do not let me down, operator.
Decoding has begun. Defend the area.
What goes around, comes around.
Not gonna do very much though. You get barrel stuff. Skydie is getting aggressive.
See what I did there? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Let's knock them off their feet.
There we go. Much damage, and there it is. Welcome back, Delta Force Rise Series Day 3, Week 1 of the Americas region, and Leviathan
But he didn't signature Jordan Sammy yet?
Pick up
every turn on?
In the first game,
What does that
We're
mean?
just now moving into our first Mantle Break round here with game number 2 in just a moment. DK, this leaderboard
Is the final reward shared amongst the team? I would assume it goes to the
Yeah, there's
organization.
been some pretty hard cooking out on our very first round, and here we have it. Leviathan going through with 17
I don't actually
10
know.
of which has come through from the kills, and they are ahead.
That's insane. 10 points from the
shoulders
first
ahead of the
round.
competition.
They actually just farming the lobby.
Ridiculous
And
totals,
Azure.
man. It actually makes me laugh. Nearly double Nightmare, who picked up still a
Does
very
everyone's using
respectable
blue ammo,
9
purple
points
armor?
on that map. And then well over, what, quadruple? Is that how math works? I think it is. Liquids, who's technically in 3rd place overall. That amount of squad points to kick things off is gigantic for a couple of reasons. One, really sets them up for success into future events, right? Or future rounds, rather. They're able to win tiebreakers left, right, and center, but they also are rich. You got to remember, that's 8 mil just from the kills alone, let alone some of the loot value they were able to bring out and some of the loot they were able to protect by getting at least one player extracted. So they've got
Airdrop
way more money
and a
than
Mantle
everybody
Break.
else,
They could
and
just
they've
get
picked up a
another
bunch of
arm here.
real-life
Or
cash for
the
those kills. I mean, that was like a
M82.
$300 round for Socio Legend. He had 6 kills. 6 times 50 is $300, folks. He just made some cash just playing the game. We're moving into brackets, though, DK. Talk to me about metas. Talk to me about what we can expect.
They burned both there. They may burn both there. D-Wolves. Which I guess makes sense. You don't really need D-Wolf. Maybe on Prakash, but you don't need them on Space City.
So we are going to be seeing potentially a lot of that allure because it has
They're probably gonna burn the Raptor here. The second Raptor, maybe.
We could see Shep
Or Morse. They could burn one of their Morses as well.
Raptors being pretty much standard, right? The team's going to try and capitalize on that. Essentially, anything that
Like
you can
everyone
use to
used
try
Raptor
and
turn 1.
lock it down, but at the
And
same
then
time,
most
we
teams
still have
burned
those
D-Wolf
airdrops that are
turn
gonna
1
be
as
coming
well.
in as well. And of course, here we have it, right? All the engineers essentially being that main predominant focus, as we've got Gizmo and Uluru, as well as Morse for that recon, and just playing quite a bit of a disruptive position.
Gizmo
Yeah,
makes a
you'll expect to
lot
see
of
all
sense
3 of these
because if
operating
you're
for sure,
fighting
and I like that you
Museum,
mentioned
the
Raptor.
spires just give you
Definitely see a
so
couple
much
teams
info.
repping a Raptor. Here's a quick look at the spawns, and as a reminder of the way the spawns work, if you got T1 spawns in the last round, you can't get it back-to-back rounds, so you won't be seeing SSG or Leviathan in the priority spawns around the Royal Museum. Mid-map, Royal Museum is where that Mantle Brick spawns, and it's also one of the crowd favorite decoding stations, a stone's throw away from where that Mantle Brick spawns on the map. So Museum is going to get real active, so active, in fact, some of the teams that spawn T2 down to New Tower of Babel, they just leave, and they go for Museum, and they go to play for fights. Kills matter a lot in this format, folks, so let's jump into brackish. Last reminder, too, airdrops are on this map now as well, so you're going to have a lot of objectives on brackish, not only airdrops.
Do you think they ever do that? We're going the doctor mission? Surely not, right?
See who's playing what and how they're going to play it, and how aggressive will they be after a round 1 banger that we had. Here we go. Does look like 2 teams have invested a Tempest into this round, both FX and MW, looking to try to gain some early advantage by using Tempest on a first Mantle Brick round. It'll be one of the only 2
I don't
teams
think
that are gonna be able to
Tempest,
use
he
that
used
old
Tempest here.
easy
Gizmo is
evasion
enough.
device to steal the brick nice and easily with that
Because
Tempest.
if you don't have Tempest for Space City or Cut, just like yesterday.
Are both the T1 spawn teams, right? It's like
True.
it was written. It just happened to be. So curious to see how they are going to look to play.
I
through
got
this,
double
as
headshotted.
Ohimura is gonna
You
be
want
just
to
dropping a
add
few
light
hits
at
away,
me?
just trying to keep the play there from MW at bay. Still have a little bit of time.
They
left
just
on
do it
clock
in the
until
sky
that
and
Mantle
they're
Break
shooting
becomes
down.
available, and then
You
it
see
is
like
gonna be a quick
rockets
rush.
flying out of the
Big fight
sky.
over that Mantle Break to see who is able to claim possession of it. Meanwhile, Puppy is going to be popping some coffee there as he finds a few good reds.
Okay, Eagle got the brick
Every game, but
very
Nightmare
early.
first to the brick and completely unconned because there was a fight happening inside. So both of the teams inside got kind of harried by each other, and Nightmare just swoop in, grab the brick, and leave. Got some intel from him, but great play from Nightmare, and they're getting the heck out of Dodge. No museum decoding station today. They're on the run. Now, SSG have actually caught them in rotation. I'm not sure if they're going to find an angle to get a knock, but they're going to throw some damage down. Well-placed nade or 2. Could see somebody fall. Nightmare, though, all gas, sprint away, come chase us, SSG. we're going to get out of here. And they're going to be headed up to the Astara camp, potentially decoding station. The Station Gaming really want to try to play this fight, maybe before the brick even goes down.
Yeah, I mean, we did see the Evil Geniuses also play this position in their day. So this is going to be a very exciting decode happening here as SSG is wasting no time.
Don't get picked. Okay, good. They almost got picked.
Trying to get onto that mantle brick as quickly as possible.
That
Unfortunately,
was almost bad. If that was gold ammo, they would have been cooked.
Yeah, doesn't seem like Nightmare are going to be too invested on defending it right now, as they just wanted to get it into play. And
It's
that
too
is exactly
early.
what happened. We do see a good few of those red meds coming through as well.
Yeah,
Will allow
too
for a
early
little
to
more
make the play for
continuation
it.
of these fights. But SSG now,
Rocketeer, true.
and they mean business. They want to try and back that very first mantle brick.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting to see Nightmare. They basically just chose a decoding station. We're like, hey, this is where we want to fight. It doesn't mean we need to be in control of it, like you mentioned. They're not trying to defend it. They just wanted to plan it and then back off. Interesting play. I think in general, I like the idea, but you're kind of stuck in a 3v3 until somebody else shows up, which is why Nightmare's not playing for this yet. Space Station Gaming now have the power position. Nightmare felt like they were on their heels, so they're waiting. When somebody else comes over here and starts getting aggressive, you'll see Nightmare come up in third party this, so at least they can't just be caught in a true 3v3 where traditionally the team that is already set up.
Imagine no one shows up and they just get to break. Look how far everyone is. Like, only FX is in position for to maybe grab the brick.
For now, all quiet. Nightmare waiting on somebody else, and FX haven't moved. The closest team to be able to play for this. The other team that could potentially wrap this way, DK, is probably going to be Leviathan, but they got a long way to go. They came from all the way down at the Tower of Babel.
No, it has to be FX.
Side of the map to even get to the brick.
Yeah, it'll be a long team.
No, SSG is not Samsung.
It's gonna be hard
It's
until they get there, but it does seem like MW are gonna be looking to venture
Space
down south
Station
now.
Gaming.
Might be trying to focus on a little bit of that loop though. LEV, Leviathan doing a pretty good job as they start their approach. SSG though, Skies has spotted them out and is really
I don't think
focused on
SSG
trying
even
to kind of
does
just
League.
keep them
Like Samsung Galaxy, I'm pretty sure they don't do League anymore.
to come all too close. Out goes the boat
Yeah,
though,
the
and
brick
that
only
is
has
gonna
a
give
minute
the
left.
side
No
Leviathan
one
a
is
pretty
committing
good
to this
idea.
break.
Yeah, exactly. Focus
Everyone
their
is
efforts.
just on the outside. Nightmare might need to go back in to retake the brick.
Moving towards the brick finally. They sat here and waited 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And now that at least they hear a few shots, they're going to try to get aggressive. Too easy. Definitely knows they're coming. Kills all the same. There's that cover I was talking about.
Device behind
Strong
them.
Position. We need Leviathan to pinch up on this right now as well. 60 seconds. There's like a lifetime in this game, but enough chaos and enough util. Some of your things might be on cooldown when you're needing it most in the final seconds of this decode. First brick is a huge one. And Equal Plays knows it.
A QJB?
Slowly but
That's a
surely, Nightmare pushed up
QJB.
right next to the brick.
I'm
And it looks like Equal Plays
saying.
going to go for the stick. He's on top of it. In the meantime, Meg and
You got it. Okay, good.
and it does allow Nightmare with a little incendiary over the top and easy taking a bit of damage. Nightmare is able to get the steal and reset the timer. Great job from them. They want to slow things down.
Let's see how much slowing they will be able to do right here, as it's still going to be a little bit of an angle for them to try and fight through, right? Leviathan still decently positioned up ahead of them, but we do see that retake coming through now from SSG as they just bring the decode back into
Oh
their
my
favor.
goodness.
Up comes the play though, a little bit of birdie told me something's going to happen here. SSG just making sure, again, that they know exactly where to focus their efforts, as well as you can see Leviathan just having to back off the damage, really hitting hard this time around.
Yeah, MW doing a great job of pinching Leviathan. They have nowhere to run. SSG's up by the brick. Leviathan are trying to come third party this, but MW came in super late behind them from Tower of Babel. They swung all the way south, wrapped behind, and picked up one member of Leviathan. Leviathan down to a duo, the only team missing a player right now. And we got plenty of time on the brick because it's exchanged hands only a couple of times. Jade of Eyes lines one up, knocks down Nightmare as it does.
Device got Lucas.
From the north, we have a giant layer cake sandwich. Everybody shooting each other, and SSG and Leviathan are the ones in the middle. We'll see who stands tall at the end of it. Leviathan maybe trying to stick a res
I
here.
have to go grab
MW
Lucas.
Hear it. Rapids thinking some util at the top could stop it. He's right, but FX now joining the
Okay.
party.
FX shot them from behind. It's like a
We're in
fifth
the middle,
body.
you're gonna be on the edge.
Everyone
I
is
definitely wanna be on the
here.
edge and lead the line to see if I can take it all the way to the finish line. Here goes Nightmare. Equal
Everyone
plays,
is
looking to
here.
find
Equal
two-thirds
pushing
of the main
in.
team of Liquids up above. Trying to find an angle on Poppy, or maybe Jadavi's inside. All I know is we're looking for kills. We gotta shoot straight if we want them. Liquid looking very low right now as Equal Plays has to back off and heal up as well.
Yeah, but he's not going to be backing off too far just yet as he's already good to go.
They got him on the trip.
Now it's up to DW.
Catherine got the Vise on a trip.
Here looking to see can they just get over the angles in full force. It Equal though is going to get dropped on down. DW.
Gotta commit.
Oh,
No.
tries to clutch it up, but unfortunately gets absolutely denied right there.
Okay, now Device is
In the
ready.
meantime of that
Device
chaos,
is
there
now
was
in
so
position
much
to
fighting
take a
happening
break.
at
They
the
have
same time.
30
We were able to catch
seconds.
it all. Leviathan wiped.
It
Nightmare
was
wiped on
unfortunate
screen.
Lucas got
DW
pegged.
in trouble, but not out yet. Here we go.
Okay, now we cheer for
Space Station Gaming
Device.
FX.
They have to make a
Last
play.
Liquids on the other
10
side.
seconds.
MW
They have
did
to make
actually
a play
get full
now.
wiped by FX, who are now moving up fully healthy, but there's only 7 seconds on the clock. This Dakota is going to go through. SSG are holding the line. And sometimes, I guess just this time, being dead center of this gigantic club sandwich means that you're going to eat it all and you're going to take it home. Get the brick for free. Nobody's gonna
That's
push
crazy.
up
They
to
just
the different
like
players. That was a wild situation. on the eastern
they
side
just
of the
got
map. All
like
16 fighting for
saved
the brick
it.
and only 3 are left.
Absolute insanity yet again. The teams have zero chill here today, and that is exactly the way we like it. Teams getting right down to business, but the good thing that we are looking at here is that all 3 squads
Okay, Device, let's see. Let's see what you got. They have the arm. They could play the arm here.
Play here for them for the remainder of the day, but now still points to try and capitalize on is going to be focusing on the kills, looking to get aggressive and bag everything you can. Let's see what's in here. Ooh,
Nice.
those wooden structures going through, and that is definitely going to help out a heap when it comes to getting the gold armor.
Yeah, it's a big win there for SSG, not only getting the brick, but we saw it in the kill field where we were waiting on some of the chaos to start. They were able to take down the boss, and those lucky wooden sculptures, we talked about those often, but a new concept into the game, this new series, a new format. You can collect those by killing the bosses on each respective map. Nice reds as well, picking up graphics card. In the meantime, we take those. Those lucky wooden sculptures can be used in exchange for gold armor. Pick up a couple vouchers for a couple 100K. Use those lucky wooden sculptures, and you can exchange for gold armor. It's one of the only other ways you can get gold armor besides buying it once per match. So really a big ticket item that they're able to find there, and well earned. But man, the chaos had me even in a blender of all 6 teams lined up in a single file line fighting each other. SSG in the middle, get the brick, nearly uncontested. So wild to watch, but Space Station Gaming, they always find their way to the top, and they will be at the top of the leaderboard no matter what happens for the rest of this 8-minute game.
Yeah, we love ourselves a little bit of insanity, and that is what the teams are giving us by the earful here, as we can see everybody getting ready for a little bit of something. But it's going to be Killzone just quietly moving up onto Museum, where FX are just going all over the place. Uh-oh. Fernandez heard something. He knows that there could be a player just on the other side. A quick push coming through from Killzone. Quick distraction and
He wins! That's crazy, he wins!
That was such a funny way to use
The way that guy got out! Did you see that? Yeah, I hit point blank.
And there's enough visual clutter that
and he gets sprayed. And he still wins. That's crazy.
Giving themselves player advantage in this fight would have been nice.
Talk about the players getting creative, right? They just really use everything there is and
Am I using SKS?
All of ourselves. But that is why we watch them as well.
It was a reverse panic.
So let's see what is going to be happening here. SSG though, just doing a quick little bit of a scan, looking to see if there are any available opportunities with just over 60.
Okay, Meg with the bow.
Again with the compound bow, just hitting the shots.
I mean, to be fair, player was standing still. They weren't expecting the bow to pop out and one-shot you, but that's the way it goes these days. Fernandez in ton of pressure right now from a couple different angles. Feeling the pressure from the low side and high side, unsure of which way they're going to push. In the meantime, Liquids are sending one of their players out of the map. They're going to keep 2 on the map. Meg looking to get real mixy with the bow, and unfortunately misses the first shot, so has to run and hide down the stairs. Very quick to evade these shots, but not quick enough. Yeah, not going to be quick enough. Fernandez will answer back and get a trade.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no bow that's going to save you from that. Out comes Skills, although also in hot pursuit, chasing down the play. Quick and efficient hit onto Fernandez. Absolute insane things happening here. But I love the way it is all unfolding here. That was actually Uhemura that got taken on down. But now, right, LSZ, they still have 1 player up. They did manage to bag themselves an extract here. But SSG, though, they are going to go all in on this.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
what?
Liquid's down as well.
Why didn't you just
SSG
commit?
win the map, get the mana brick. Last team remaining, get the wooden sculptures.
Ah,
I mean, the only thing you could have asked for was like a hair more kills, but they still got a ton of them. So this is about
Wait,
as good
what?
as it gets for SSG in game number
why
2.
did he go back? He
They'll be
was
top of
up.
the leaderboard, and they'll be
He could have
closing the
gotten
gap
it,
between
no?
themselves and Leviathan, who had a really frustrating map number 2. Luckily, they have plenty of buffer with what they were able to do in map 1.
I think maybe she thought that he was
They could be a
getting
little bit
flanked
closer
from
in
the other
squad points
side.
category at the very least between
It could be a
SSG and
calm.
Leviathan.
That's probably a calm issue.
It's now definitely shifting up quite a bit here, but the big thing that I'm curious about is what exactly SSG is going to look to do here. I mean, is there going to be enough time to maybe start an extract?
That is so toxic. Stop. You can't say that.
3x3s, everything of value that they can find. Because look at the profits. They are sitting on 6.4
Hit the
mil
stabby
currently,
through a
almost 7.
plate queue.
Yeah, I should be able to pop that up a little bit higher too if they can pick up all these dog tags.
Yeah, they get a free extract.
Or any reds that they can find on the map. Piece and part all the weapons, and then get out. Solid value from the map and the kills they were able to pick up. Again, SSG getting everything they wanted and more from that map. And again, it all started with Nightmare. Nightmare was the ones that grabbed the brick first. Once they grab the brick, they sprint away. They go all the way up to camp. And SSG were, oh, what a find on man. A little 200 key card, or gold card rather. Not too bad. I like seeing it when we're watching them loot in the inventory. It's a little bit more anticipatory than just when it pops up on the right-hand side. But no, I mean, SSG really came out on top because of all the reasons we talked about, but also they just read that map perfectly. Skies also finds the rifle, 635k. Should put them near 8 mil. They watched Nightmare bring it all the way up to camp. They followed them, traced them behind. Nightmare felt the pressure and they let it go. They also grabbed the bust here as well. Good grief. Nice luck on the map. That's 1.2 mil, baby. We're over 8 mil. That's 4 supply points just in and of itself. And they should be able to extract as well. We can see our map timer at 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Game timer at 3 minutes and 7 seconds when I stated it. So just in the nick of time, they're all going to get out with a ton of reds. Nice RNG and nice skill on display for SSG.
And great loot tactics, right? That is going to be the big main focus that they're going to be flexing on right now. But let's see just how much value they can cram into these bags. Is already they are now encroaching, or rather creeping up on that 10 mil points. That could be even more points in the bag for them.
An extra point here or there would be nice. I'm not sure how much they can optimize their bags to do that, but they do get the extra cash just from the kills, so they'll certainly have at least 5 supply points. See, Killzone has 1 kill there. That's another 800k, so that'll put them over the total. Their profits are just raw from the loot they were able to find. Really impressive. Now we just wait.
Yeah.
Watch players stash their bags and get to the extract. It's the first time I, honestly have seen all 6 teams play for the brick. But once all 6 teams were there, nobody was able to even steal it. They exchanged hands a couple times between SSG and Nightmare, just kind of going back and forth because they didn't want to sell. And then once the fighting actually started on both sides, everybody was just preventing everybody else from pushing up towards the mantle brick. Worked out perfectly for SSG.
Yeah, they were just having an absolute glorious time here. Doesn't seem to find anything else really of major value as the timer continues to tick down. They still have just over a minute left. to continue to scout things out. Let's see whether or not... Oh, never mind. Yep, they've hit 10 mil. There we go. 10.4, 20.5. Oh.
Wild.
Imagine if they hit 12, right? Is that going to happen? I don't think so, but... I mean, man, it has to be glorious just going about all the loot available on this map, and there's nobody to contest you. Your only problem is how much you can stuff into your bags.
Nice. Showcasing that bus they found. Big pull. I had a chance to do some in-person events with Delta Force, and they set up these booths where they create versions of these red items, and I actually have a picture of myself holding one of those busts in person. Brings me back to those moments. Just so cool that the game has evolved to a state where we have the Delta Force Rise series at esports. Excited to see what the teams are able to do today, though. SSG, top of the leaderboard, nearly 11 mil extracted with, plus their kills, plus the mantle brick. They got everything they wanted from map 2, and the only team that's even contesting them on the leaderboard from squad point standpoint will be Leviathan, who fell fairly early in this game. Best case scenario for Space Station Gaming. A reminder, won their last match on day 1 of week 1. So to win game number 2 here with day 3 of week 1 is gotta feel good and get them back to final form, especially because they had a frustrating map 1 today. A little bit of return to form for Space Station Gaming, and everybody else gonna have to go back to the drawing board to figure out what do we do going into the next eco round.
Yeah, I mean, the BBA is really high for Space Station, right? Having a quick takedown over on Zero Diamond, looking to change that around entirely, absolutely speaks to the capability they have. But of course, no surprise to see them be our best team here, right? Mantle Brick, Operator kills, 10.7 mil, and nice bit of damage to back that up as well. I mean, glorious turnout here on Brackish for them.
Yeah, this is great. Again, 3 kills. I keep reiterating this because sometimes math is hard, but that's 2.4 mil, folks. It's 800K per kill. So you throw that on top, and that's over 6 points that they gain just from the amount of loot that they have on the map they were able to extract with, plus those bonuses from the kills. So this is a huge boon for them, plus the extra 3 points. They're going to have some great squad points while maintaining a top position because of that mantle brick. First sort on the leaderboard is mantle brick, then it's squad points. But let's look at everybody else. We do see that Liquids ended up with a great game. Poppy had 3 kills. Team had 5 kills. Fluxo ended up with 4 kills. And a very rare only 1 kill and 0 kill game for Nightmare, Leviathan, and MW. All struggled in that wild push with all 6 teams. They kind of got caught in the crossfires. They were the closest teams to the mantle brick, but they were getting shot in the back the entire time, so they never were able to make a play for brick. Crazy stuff here, but Top Slayer does go to Poppy with 3 kills as an individual. Looks like also Tommy Ozo from FX also picked up 3.
Yeah, it's going to be a good day indeed. 400 damage, of course, is going to be going over towards Pildora here. As you can see, Nightmare also on the board alongside FX. So everybody trying to bring as much as they can to the party here. And of course, as we know, at the end of the day, it all counts for something, right? It helps them stack it up and make sure that they can close the gap, the point gap that we saw over on those leaderboards. So there's a lot up for grabs here. But again, looking at the top assists
okay,
here,
the Vise, #1 assist.
Definitely looking to help carry his team forward, right?
Let's go.
They can land those necessary hits, but at the end of the day, it is going to be Skies walking away with 4 mil in the bag. In fact, the entirety of SSG just absolutely full to the brim.
Yeah, full to the brim. They were able to fully extract. They were able to loot all of their enemies on the map and find some reds. No surprise to see all 3 players as the top 3 asset earners. Okay, we're going to give MVP over to Mr. J Devise. Got a kill, a couple assists, some damage, and did pick up 2.3 mil. All right, fair enough. Change it up. Space Station Gaming had the best map, but J Devise as an individual was a huge hero for their team. I respect the call out. By the way, Liquids, reminder, they did find that airdrop and they did find that AWM Pua ammo, and they sent J Devise out of the map. That's why he had that 2.3 mil and was able to extract for his roster. So a big pickup there from Liquids, and therefore most valuable player, at least for his team.
Yeah, well, you got to do everything that you can. And what the viewers can do as well is go follow Delta Force _game on all the social medias. Be sure to go check it out. And of course, if you've not yet downloaded the game, head over to download deltaforce.com to get your hands on it on all platforms. And while you're in the website, check out that new esports tab. And of course, if you're watching on Twitch, scroll down to the panels, click on EMEA or Americas, whichever one you want to look at. Preferably Americas, because that's where we are right now, right? But all the information available for the entirety of the Rise series. So be sure to give that a good check.
Totally agree. Big shout from DK there. Check out the website, folks. We're going to head to a very short break. While we do, get your popcorn ready. Game 1, Game 2 had a lot of aggressive play, and I can only imagine it's going to be the same for Game 3. We're going to Tide Prison next. We'll be right back in just a moment.
I wonder if someone's chasing you like the way that guy's chasing Meg. If you smoked and prone, right, the guy would probably run past you and you could kill him. That's...
Around North America, some may call me the Beast. My in-game name is Killzall, and I'm the co-captain and IGL of Team SSG. Okay, so I got into this game from a good friend that recommended a game that was similar to Battlefield, and I started off on the Warfare side around November 2025. I then quickly swapped over to Operations side not far after that, and it's been playing it ever since. So my first teammate is Brandon, aka Too Easy. He's our recon player. And my second teammate is Alex, aka Skies, and he plays our smokes. My team has evolved incredibly. We went from being a non-aggressive team, the not best shooting team, to being a demon squad. We're incredibly smart. We're cunning in our strategies, and we know our disadvantages and advantages while playing, and we use that to our best ability. What sets our team apart from the rest of the teams is honestly our game sense and our complete control of the maps that we play. We constantly try to play 3 steps ahead of the other teams, and it's been working out lately. Yeah, so one of our best chaos moments was actually in our qualifiers for Worlds last year. One of our teammates pulled out the night before our qualifier at like 2 in the morning. I messaged Too Easy. Back then he wasn't playing with us, and I asked him if he wanted to play. He agreed to. We played a couple pub matches, and then we ended up qualifying for Worlds later that week, and we got second at Worlds after that, and just keep hitting the ground running. What gets my adrenaline pumping? I don't know. I'm usually a calm and collected person, but in fights when we have the mana break timing down below 10 seconds and we're about to win and all I need to do is kill one person on it, it usually gets my heart pounding. Some emotions hit me whenever that timer hits 0. A lot of relief, but pure happiness then. Some advice I'd give to newcomers and new players on the game is find people that you enjoy playing the game with. You don't want to be miserable playing pubs with anybody, playing any competitive with someone that you don't want to. You can always get better as a team.
As I play like solo queue call, like squad fill for like hours, he's like, find a stack. I'm like, bro, I'm still here. He's like, everyone in squad fill sucks. I solo queue call to prove that I can do it.
Handle breaks decoded. Nice work, operator.
The time to strike is now. Do not let me down, operator.
Decoding has begun. Defend the area.
What goes around comes around.
Not gonna do very much though. You get barrel stuff. Skydie is getting aggressive.
See what I did there? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Let's knock them off their feet.
Wonder what the new trophy will look like? True.
Welcome back, Delta Force Rise Series, Day 3, Week 1, America's region, baby, and we are back. SSG and the Beast on top after Game 2. They got everything they wanted on Brackish. They got the mail brick, they got a couple kills, they got all the loot, and they get out of Dodge as well. Couldn't have gone better for the SSG guys winning out of Brackish, but a frustrating one for Leviathan, who just dominated map number 1 a moment ago, and they go down with hardly anything to show for it. Here's a look at the overall points after that one. You can see only 3 kill points here for SSG, but they are top of the leaderboard because they've got that mantle brick. DK, Leviathan holding on to 2nd place pretty assuredly, but Liquid's making a nice jump up to 3rd.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that game in my life.
Movement happen here, and you got to know that the teams on the screen are performing exceptionally well. When you've got viewers in the chat saying that starting tomorrow, they're going to start grinding Delta Force again. I mean, absolutely love it, and amazing work coming through from our squads right here in this round number 2. But of course, that was our very first Mantle Brick / airdrop round. Next up, we are going to be concluding our airdrops rounds as we are going to be heading straight into Tight Prison for a little bit of that close quarter.
I love TFT. I do love TFT. TFT is lots of fun.
We're excited to see what is going to be happening here, but of course, this is where we could see one operator in particular really coming to the forefront, right? That is going to be the Nox operator.
That's exactly right. You'll see double Noxes from some of our teams. You also may just see every team with at least 1 Nox and then likely a Hat Claw or some of our others. We've seen Gizmo. We've even seen some Morses on this map. But you all know Tide Prison is one of those maps that has a lot of sneaky corridors. You can work your way around the map silently and find angles that people weren't expecting. So what do you do to counter a Nox? You run Morse. So that's why you see both here. And of course, you're oftentimes seeing different operators like some of our engineers, like even Suniva on this map, because with close corridors and hallways, a guy with a riot shield and a grappling gun that can pull you in, beat you down is pretty valuable as well. Here's a look at the spawn rotation, prediction rather. You can see that Fluxo and MW technically had T1 spawns, and so going into the T1 spawns here for Tide Prison, you can see those 2 teams not on the list of who could be there. Frankly, for a map like Tide Prison, you kind of don't want the tier 1 spawns, because if you get the tier 1 spawns on Tide Prison, it means you won't have them for our first Space City map here in just a moment.
Yeah, that is going to be absolutely crucial, as we've seen quite a few teams getting those T1 spawns over on Space City, having pretty good success and early access to that Mantle Break, but that's not necessarily always the case, right? It still comes down to what the rest of the lobby will allow, but it is going to come down to how this Tide is going to be going for now to see who will be getting all the loot and all the feet.
I'm very surprised that they used a prison as their econ map.
That's right. Last eco round. The only thing on this map to play for objective-wise is that one airdrop actually here at Tide Prison. As a reminder, yes, we have an airdrop. That airdrop does contain some solid reds, some solid golds, etc. But the way to get the AWM or the M82 is going to be from that GTI supply mission. You see it? Going to be spawning in here at the top side of the map. We'll keep our eyes out for that and who decides to run that, blow open some safes, kill some folks, and maybe get your weapon. But in general, looking at maybe the first engagements, we'll see maybe SSG and Liquids, depending which way Liquids rotate. Looks like they're going to actually go through mid, FX and Leviathan nearby each other. But Nightmare up on the far northern side of the map. Maybe MW could rotate down for some of these engagements. But SSG here, some footsteps below them for sure.
They're already just getting themselves primed and ready to go. The shots starting to fly in. Scavs are going to be going down as we look at the ammo and the gear setup. Everybody rocking them purples. So no more blues anywhere at all. And this is exactly the kind of approach they're trying to look to take here, right? Still playing a little bit of a conservative approach.
Doing the unnameable game? I don't know what that game is.
Spurge a little bit more once they
It
get
must be
into
League of
those
Legends.
break rounds. But of course, the name of the game here is going to be to get your hand on that loot and hopefully successfully extract with it. And starting it off with the pocket watch, I mean, that is a really good find.
Yeah, we'll take it. Any reds we can find, throw those in our safe box and keep on rolling through the rest of the map. It is an eco round after all, so whatever loot you can find is nice. Again, you don't get a point until you get to 2 million in total stash value. Single point for every 2 mil. So certainly want to prioritize kills and engagements in this format, in this map in particular, but taking a fight, we say this all the time, DK, taking a fight early, a fight that you can't finish quickly, is a giant signal flare to all the other teams that there's a third-party potential here, and showing up to that oftentimes yields some results. So teams don't want to make any early mistakes, taking it nice and slow this time around. And honestly, well earned. The first 2 maps were non-stop aggression. It looks like everything's slowed down on Tide Prison as per the usual.
Yeah, I think pacing is key, right? You're going to try and kind of balance that out, as you said rightly so. The first 2 rounds, great for actually getting a little bit more aggressive. But now you're going to have to play with a lot more of a strategic approach, especially looking at just how tight prison is, right? You can't just blindly rush forward because there could be teams kind of popping out of the walls in some of the places, right? So you have to have your wits about you, and you have to try and play with a very dynamic approach moving through here. So there is going to be a little bit of an opportunity for the teams to really try and capitalize on that. And hopefully today the zip lines are going to be safe.
We're 180k there from Pildora. It's Yutzil landing over the top. Leviathan assuredly know that their enemy is above them, and vice versa. For now, all teams content with looting. But eventually, somebody will make a move. Socio Legend, I'm sure, has told his team, hey, I've got some bogeys in my direction. And equal plays, it's just looting up above and actually getting paid, finding that statue for nearly $500,000.
Those gazelles are always nice to have. Fortunately, though, I had to sell mine, so I'm a little bit of FOMO, right? That's the thing about looking at all the reds they find here. Is like, man, I've been searching so long for that, and they just run in, pick it up almost instantly. But you know, that is kind of just the way it goes in competitive, right? They have to find the good loot, and that is why you need to work so hard to get here. But still, you gotta watch out for these bosses on Tide Prison as well. We have seen a team yesterday being taken down by one of the bosses. So, yeah, got to bring a lot of caution with you as you move through this. Of course, we can see 2 of them just going about the positions off in the distance, but a very sneaky walk coming through here from Skies, making sure that he can get out of here undetected. And very soon, we are going to be looking at that wooden mission coming into play as well.
Yeah, I could do the warden missions, some of those wooden sculptures, GTI supply mission, like you mentioned. It's pretty important in our first airdrop, not too far away as well. So kind of still a lot to play for, but everybody electing not to move too much right now. Don't want to give away exactly where they are. Playing nice and slow. Space Station Gaming is the only team that's incredibly split from each other. Look at where 2Easy's holding. Holding water side on the south side of the map and preparing to run this mission. He's going to pick that up nearly instantaneously, I assume. There it is. 2Easy just popped the mission. You'll see Killzall probably come back and help Easy with that mission so they can quickly complete it and get the extra loot. Maybe it'll be Liquids that'll take a fight with them first. Skies is playing lookout for now. Where is everybody? Anybody want to contest us on mission, or are we going to be able to complete this real quick? So far, looks like nobody cares.
I mean, we've seen quite a few different things, right? Teams sometimes not giving too much of a hoot about the mantle brick that is decoding. They kind of just let it go, and it does seem, at least for the time being, that nobody is going to be too heavily concerned about the submission going on here. We do see the other airdrop, of course. It's going to be coming down very, very soon. So there will be an opportunity for even more of a play. But I think especially now going for this mission here, getting that Mean Machine unlocked. Available up for grabs. The focus here for SSG is going to be to make sure that they actually get out of this one and extract.
Would be nice. All quiet on Tide Prison, folks. I'm a big fan of aggression. And I was welcoming a bit of a calm start here, but nearly 8 full minutes of hardly a shot fired is maybe a bit too much for me. Let's see who makes the first move. They're still working on their mission. Be finishing that here shortly. First airdrop landing about 60 seconds. A waiting game. I feel like I'm doing commentary for like a nature documentary or something right now.
Golf, right?
Yeah, golf commentary.
Here
Yeah.
we have Lounge getting ready to tee up. He's just moving across the green. Oh, the wind just picked up. Look at the leaves go. So fantastic.
I mean, what is Fernandez looking at right now? Like,
One of these comms, Bear's like talking about like, Bear's talking about like the leaves.
GTI supply mission. Very well done. Killzall picking up the M82.
One of these
Remember
comms.
that? We've got a couple teams that have pulled out an AWM already in the first 2 rounds. Liquids have one. And I believe Nightmare the other. Now Space Station Gaming will join them not with an AWM, but with an M82. Still extremely strong sniper. Could help them in the next Mandelberg round.
Yeah, I mean, anything that you can help give to that edge is going to help quite a bit. And Too Easy, of course, coming through, picking up the disc there is going to help add to that value as they already now sit on 2.4 mil. So they've just unlocked another point on the board. But of course, it doesn't mean anything if they can't get extracted with that or squeeze all of that into their 3x3. So a lot of Tetris being played here as well.
Yeah, they'll play Tetris, especially when they start finding some more loot. Right now, everybody's fairly loot poor. I mean, SSG have 2.4 mil just because of the M82, really. Couple reds here and there. Nobody's found anything crazy yet. And right on top of each other, that's the other thing.
Unleash Beanie Device. Let's go. He's locked in.
Little 147K. Spotter. All right, some bullets fired. Fernandez not hitting anything, but some warning shots over towards SSG. At least we have some info. SSG know that there's a couple teams close by, and finally our first gun goes up, and Sky shooting at his opponent doesn't even hit them. It's actually FX on the other side. We got a 3-team battle. FX working their way to this engagement.
Well, it was about time for these teams to really get this party underway and start with the crazy sprays coming through here. It does seem like Uhemura is going to be fighting a few sharks down there. Got to watch out for it as he tries to get his hand on that loot. What is going to be inside? And we do find a Rolex. What else is there? Ooh, all right. Nothing too crazy just yet. Pretty much just that one red being secured. So not too much value currently coming in for the side there of FX as they are just touching 1 mil. But now it is going to be the opportunity here for Leviathan and MW to refocus back into the battle. As you can see, Rapid quickly charting with the opening spray there, but a quick reposition is going to come through from Leviathan as they are just trying to get themselves out of that bottleneck position.
Finally, we're getting some fighting, and it's all coming at once. Pretty close enough now to...
Bye-bye, Smoke Eye. Rest well.
Especially with Leviathan being able to look through some of these bulletproof glass spots, trying to find their opponents. Can hear the plating just above them. Getting those repairs in. As much as we had a few shots fired, I'm not sure that any of the players were fold, so I don't think there's actually been a kill on the map yet. Only a knock came in from the backside of FX onto MW. Nobody fold that player, so we are nearly, actually over 10 minutes into this, and not one kill has exchanged hands. Huge change of pace.
Yeah, a considerable change that we've seen here. I mean, I think this is probably the most quiet that we've had it over on Tide Prison across all the Tide Prisons that we've seen being played so far. But it's going to be up to Rapid though. and the rest of MW to see whether or not they are going to try to be committed to that engagement. But in the meantime, it is going to be SSG now sneaking up right behind them there. So it could be a big upset.
Hello.
Look at that hit, though.
M82 hits like a dang truck. And they'll get the cleanup here, no problem as well. The first kill does go to Space Station Gaming, and they're looking to make it 3. FX in trouble in a 3v2, but the util is hitting kills on, so he's going to stop, heal up, take his time. This could be a signal flare for somebody like MW to try to swing around the corner, but it's a little bit more difficult than it sounds. Especially given all the angles you can get shot from. There's other teams in the area as well. This is going to be a 3v2, and it's just about challenging this at the right time together as a team. FX doing a good job of setting up a pinch where they can shoot both directions and cover each other. But if they all 3 send this coordinated effectively, this should be a fairly easy win in a 3v2, even with a decent position for FX.
Let's see whether or not FX is going to get that easy win unlocked. SSG, though, not going to be looking to make this one
Nice
easy. As
play.
Killzone, beautiful set, makes it look effortless, and ooh,
Perfect.
just Sky's going absolutely crazy, picking up all 3 players.
A big fight off screen, though. We got to swing over to it. Nightmare doing work on Liquids. Liquids had a great last game, and they worked their way up the leaderboard. Nightmare looking to get a bit of revenge. Comes swinging on 2/3 of Liquids, and Jay Device
Equal pushing.
holding this angle, maybe trying to trade at least one out. He does get one, but that's all he gets and won't even get the full. Down goes Liquids, down goes FX. Both near perfectly
There's a
executed.
good
Big shout out
try.
to SSG on that fight. They noticed that they were set up in a pinch. They set up crossing and covering each other. The last 2 members of FX did. So they smoke one, dive the other, get the kill. And by the time our player clears through the smoke, it's a 3v1, and they can't even get a full. Really well executed from Space Station Gaming. They're going to be pushing 4 million. Here's a quick look back, though, on the original fight here between Liquids and Nightmare. Hiding in the shadows. Knox getting his bread. Gets 2 from
Equal
plays.
ratted bag.
Ratting out at the top of the stairs works out for him. Well done.
Yeah, sometimes riding pays off, especially when it's a map like this where you have to be very careful and cautious as to which corner you turn around. But now it is going to be just everybody still continue to trying to find that next position, that next space. I mean, SSG doing pretty good with the loot here, almost hitting that 4 million value point here. But are they going to be able to convert that into anything meaningful? In the meantime, Leviathan, they are really committed to getting all the way over across to where Nightmare finds themselves. They can hear the footsteps. Are they going to be able to find the angles? Right, this is an essential play now coming through for them. Nightmare about to get rushed, about to get pushed. They're going to have to be really quick on the trigger here, and it's just down to whether or not they can actually find those angles, right? Especially with the Sonic Pulse coming in, that paralysis makes it so difficult to move.
That's util that was put down earlier. It triggered. Leviathan on Shepard up above. Here comes MW, though. Skies find the angle. Back online with SSG. They're looking for more. Remember, they got 3 kills last map. They got the Mantle Brick and more. So Space Station Gaming in a really strong position. They have the M82. They only have 3 more rounds, though. I think 2 shots have been fired from Space Station. Would like to save the rest of them. Chowing the corner. Skies hits a couple shots, but actually tanks a ton of util for his team. Pildora on a flank. Gets punished. Misses shots. Skies is shooting straight and turns and burns. Skies should not have won that. And Loud finally comes up on the backside and takes down Skies. They were able to trade one out.
Pildora shot the ground. By monkey.
Skies almost doing the impossible. SSG, a hair too split for my liking. They're going to have to watch that one back on the VOD, but right now all they got to do is win this in 2 easy turns his back. Killzall killed all. No, Killzall left the map. SSG was trying to play as a duo there. Incredibly difficult, even against a team like MW have been struggling today. MW made quick work of SSG. They're out of the map, and now it's down to MW trying to hold off the push from Leviathan. 2 of the strongest teams on the map, 2 of the most aggressive playing against MW. They feel the pressure, and only Rapid
They may need to move in on this in the next like 20 seconds.
It is going to be a full send coming through here from Leviathan as they are in hot pursuit, and they just got to find that one hit, that one play to take down Rapid and wipe out the entirety of MW. They are so close to catching up to him, but MW Rapid is going to be running into another team. Oh, waiting with open barrels.
Yet again, Nightmare get paid for not moving and standing at the top of the stairs. That's the way Tide Prison plays, baby. And Nightmare have reaped a ton of rewards. I think that's 3 kills that they've gotten just by being in the right place at the right time. Leviathan, they lost one earlier, so they're going to have to fight as a duo. And equal play is going to make them pay for it. Down goes one. It's going to have to be Widows, so he goes on the run, but he's also
okay, good pick, Equal.
Util. A full team of 3, Nightmare in the wing. They're going to take down Widows. It's only a matter of time.
Well, let's see who's going to be the next one to bag it up here. Widows.
They got offers up.
Pretty stacked odds against him, but can he kind of narrow them down? Good trade on the throws. Looking to just pick them up, single them out. This could be the tactic to help Nightmare just make their way back into the lobby, but unfortunately for Widows, right, when you're blind and you can't see, you can't exactly hit the shots.
To be honest, the fact that Widows is even able to get one there is a big win.
The Flash went through the wall. Did you see I went through the door, like under it? I knew they were gonna go for the third party. That was perfect timing.
Shows the efficacy of the fighting prowess from Leviathan. Great job from them. But Nightmare win the map.
Okay, they can get out. I don't think they can get out.
And that's why he left. The other 2
I don't think they can get it.
Smart play from SSG. Since they did get some value on the map, let's protect it. But Nightmare end up with the most kills. I want to say that it's at least 5 kills on the map, if not 6 from the Nightmare roster as a total team, most of which were just gathered by being at the top of the stairs.
Well, sometimes that is the best approach to take, right? Just keep yourself, of course, to wait and see who kind of funnels and feeds themselves over on towards you. But the Glock is about to Glock out, and Nightmare, though, I'm hoping that they've got enough in their 3x3s to really lock it in.
Yeah. W equal emote.
Never mind, I spoke
wait, I need to clip the emote. Wait, go back.
Best teams won't even allow you to trade one player out. You did a really good job of isolating in a 1v1 when all the players
wait, I need to go back and snipping door.
Really shows.
Ah, that's dying to my move, babe. Straight, man. The rebudget.
The fighting prowess from Leviathan. Great job from them. Take their 5 kills on the map.
It's approach to take, right? Just keep yourself. They've got enough in their 3x3s to really lock it in. You can see equal. This time not dancing, but definitely.
Nah, equal that. W emote. Damn.
And they just gotta find that one hit, that one play to take down Rapid and wipe out the entirety of MW. They are so close to catching Nightmare. Just make their way back into the lobby, but unfortunately for Widows, right, when you're blind, you can't see, you can't exactly hit the shot.
Really good job. But Nightmare win the map, SSG. 6
take, right? Just keep yourself, of course, to wait and see who kind of funnels and feeds themselves over on towards you. But the Glock is about to Glock out, and Nightmare, though, I'm hoping that they've got enough in their 3x3s.
Let's
really
go.
Lock it in. You can see equal. This time not dancing, but definitely celebrate. Oh, there's the dance moves. Never mind, I spoke too soon.
Equal
3s to really lock it in. You can see equal. This time not dancing, but definitely celebrate. Oh, there's the dance moves. Never mind, I spoke too soon.
W dance moves.
Feeling good today, man.
I am a dance move enjoyer.
Picking up a great eco round. SSG, frankly, did a lot of the same. Reminder, they picked up several kills. So with kill, it's gonna be Nightmare as the best team though. 6 total kills with 1 point.
One being done here is a hefty number. But looking at the overall kills here, Space Station is another 3.2 mil going that way as well. So yeah, like where this is going.
As an individual, being a great player, doing a good
assist with the value that they've been able to find in this round.
And again, I tip my hat to Killzall. This is a classic
Crazy
strategy. It
loot.
doesn't seem very difficult, but it can be often when you're just trying
Yeah,
to do it.
WMVP.
Protect that M82. I saw somebody in chat asking about it, that you can't buy the ammo for those weapons out of the map, so you need to take it out. But big shout out to Equal Plays being the MVP, well earned. 4 kills on a map like Tide Prison, especially a slow map that we played that map. Nightmare did a really good job, and Equal Plays a big factor for that success.
Yeah, not much that we can fault in this round number 3, but of course that means only one thing, right? They've been farming loot for a reason, right? They've been spreading some seeds, and now they get to harvest that as we are going to be heading over
Linear
to
and
Space
equal
City to
dancing
see who
map.
can get their hands on the Mandel bricks, if any, because it's going to be a pretty crazy run, I believe.
Could be Space City until we close, folks. You're not going to want to miss our next Mandel Brick round. Technically speaking, Space Station Gaming could close things out right here. But if history is going to repeat itself, we're at least going to Game 6, folks. Buckle up. We'll be right back in just a moment with some scores. And, of course, our first Space City map.
Wait, did Device close the door on his teammate? Do you see that? I don't think so. It's either he closed the door on himself, that guy closed the door himself, or Device closed it on the way in. Yeah, the dance move clip at the end. Let's go. Like someone we know? No. It wasn't you. It was not you. Larson's trailer. Look how close Stinger is to Saniva. Look at this. Look how close they are. Look how close they are. I need my teammates that close when I play Saniva. And then when you are there, Pandom, you're like, oh look, I'm just dumping like 2 mil of gold bullets into the back of your head.
I'll get you out of here.
For some, success is measured by bodies in bags. Maybe that's it then. But to me, it's measured in hearts that keep beating.
let me down, operator.
Decoding has begun. Defend the area.
What goes around, comes around.
Not gonna do very much. Though. You get barrel stuff. Skydie is getting aggressive.
See what I did there? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Let's knock them off their feet.
Welcome back, Delta Force Rise Series, Day 3, Week 1, America's baby, and we are moving to Space City. Tide Prison, a bit of a bore for the first half, but the second half ended with a bang. A ton of kills across the bow, and only one team remaining on the map, which was Nightmare, returning to form and slaying out the lobby. They've started to leapfrog up with these squad points. DK, walk me through this leaderboard.
Well, as you can see, SSG sitting quite comfortably there with 18 points in their pocket. But of course, they've got the Mandel Brick, the Brute as well. And that change now coming into this round. They might have two, or we could see any one of the other teams looking to grab one themselves. But Leviathan definitely going to be one of those teams trying to keep their eye on that Mandel Brick. They've got 19 squad points. Getting the Mandel Brick will put them up in pole position. But the same, of course, can be said here for Nightmare, for Liquids, Fluxo, and even MW, right? Anyone in this lobby can look to step up and put their hands on that Mandel Brick, decode it, and walk away with it. It sounds easy. It is not, right? It is going to be hairy, scary, and brutal most of the way for a lot of the teams here. And of course, only one team can potentially successfully extract or decode that Mandel Brick. But another thing could also happen. It can just get full on denied, right, by utilizing the living heck out of these operators.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's worth talking about the operators right now for a couple reasons. One, you're going to see Tempest on the map yet again when it comes to Space City. We always talk about the comp meta. When it comes to Space City, you're going to see either Stinger or Toxic, and then you're going to see probably Luna, and then you're going to see probably Tempest ideally. And if not a Tempest, you're going to see an engineer like Alurud, and then that'll all mix and match. You'll see it on your screen now. Stinger, Luna, and Tempest is, by and large, the top comp meta. But we saw that FX and MW, reminder, they already used the Tempest on Brackish. I would expect FX, MW to not come in with a Tempest on our first Space City round. If they do, they won't have one for the next two rounds if we get there. So usually teams will wait and waylay their next Tempest. The teams that do waylay their Tempest doesn't mean they won't get the brick, just means they'll have a slight disadvantage on being able to steal back and forth. Going to look to play zoning off. But looking at T1 spawns, I think it's an important note. SSG and Liquids did pull T1 spawns on Tide Prison, which means they will not have the Tier 1 spawns for Space City. Everybody can sprint for the mid-map, but those two T1 spawns can get there first often. But both of those T1 spawns are also very dangerous. Employee passage 2, you get shot coming over the pipes, and then over there at Westgate, you can get shot from dormitory if you're not fast enough. So watch out for some early engagements off spawn.
Yeah, we saw that happening over on EMEA, right? Genius, they went over onto the West Bridge. That was their first spawn on exactly this round, and they just got absolutely wiped out, right? They were the team with the Mandel Brick in hand, and we were like really thinking that this could be the game where they're going to be clutching it up. And then boom, out they go, just absolutely instantly wiped out in under 30 seconds. So teams have to be very wary when they approach these gates, because it is going to be an absolute showdown.
Here we go. Speaking of a showdown, Farmer Lucas cracks a shot across the bow and almost takes down Killzall in one shot. Watch out. We got a sniper on the loose, and those guns hit like a truck. I told you Nightmare had picked up that earlier in the competition and already throwing some shots down range on SSG. Lucas looking for maybe a bit more.
Oh, we're on Space City now. Let's go.
FX in the area as well.
Okay, they spawned.
Where do you want to go from here?
They spawned the wrong side.
To choose from, but let's see how Equal is going to look to get himself situated through this, trying to pressure FX. And currently, as you can see on the map there, they're kind of stuck, right? They don't really have an easy exit. It's going to be
Hello, T-Dot. Are you breakdancing today?
Their way through. It's not impossible. They just have to try again, right? Use the timing and make it count, because that's the only way they can get themselves much closer onto that mantle break. Speaking about which, Laura, SSG, they are just right up
Hello,
in there,
Anish.
right? MW also having a pretty good send with that approach onto the mantle break.
Yeah, I mean, this is a strong start for Space Agent Gaming. Reminder, they came over from Central Command and they almost got sniped in rotation. They're able to heal up and get across the bridge in time. And so now they're all the way down here by the mantle brick, and they're going to be first here. There's really nobody else contesting brick spawn off rip. And it looks like SSG's actually pre-clearing where they think they're going to try to take this for the decode. They clear it, see nobody. They're going to be making a move for the brick here shortly. We do see that every team is bringing in a Tempest besides Space Station Gaming, who have yet to use a Tempest yet. Surprising to see both FX and MW burning their second Tempest in this round. If it goes any longer, they won't have a single Tempest. And if it goes any longer, Space Station Gaming will have a Tempest for each of the next 2 rounds. A strong play for them because they already have a brick. They don't have to win it here. If they can, that'd just be kind of nice.
I mean, they're not gonna mind, right? It's like, well, if you insist, we'll take it, you know. But that's not gonna be their main focus. I think they might just be trying to play a little bit of that denying game here. But so far, they've got a pretty strong spread. We got Killzone over on towards the mantle brick itself, just gatekeeping it. You see Skies in between him and Too Easy. In the meantime, it is going to be equal, just being an absolute nightmare to the side of FX as they go for a little bit of a swim, trying to get themselves out of harm's way. Meanwhile, J Device is going to be finding our first red here, just bagging it up, and it is going to be a really good fight, almost hitting a 500,000.
A solid satellite dish. Nice find. And we're just watching Nightmare and the team quite literally try to shoot fish in the barrel. I'm curious what's going on around the mantle break. It seems like SSG aren't grabbing it, even though they have a solid position.
Join the
Killzone
tournament?
is
I
waiting
am.
For somebody
Feeling
else
a
to make
bit
the
better?
play.
That's good,
They don't have a
D-Dub.
Tempest, remember? So he doesn't want to risk dying going for it, but I think more than that, he wants to bait it out. He knows somebody will make a move for it here shortly, and it looks like MW and SSG have spotted each other. And so everybody's waiting for somebody else to make the first move, and for now, Mandelbrick stays in spawn.
Quite a bit of a shift in the dynamic here. Does seem like the teams are at least trying to whittle down the competition a little bit before they consider moving into that brick itself. But MW, you can see they're getting a little bit angsty, right? They want to get that play going, and it is going to be Killzone to take it. As he now makes a quick retreat. Ooh, good play. Look at that, all the way from Too Easy. As he puts the defenses up, and SSG now going to move up onto the decode, looking to get it started. Are they going to be heading into the alley? Yes, that is exactly where they go. So a whole lot of sense why they've been spreading out so much, trying to clear the area.
Yeah, a very clean take. I'm going to be honest, I think they're surprised it's as easy as it is right now. Everybody playing really passive out of nowhere. The first 2 maps were such a banger. I just expected people to just fly at each other and go for these aggressive plays. But Space Agent Gaming have complete control of the brick. They start the decode, and they're in control of ramp. They're in control of boxes. They're out in the alleyway. And not a lot of people are moving right now. Leviathan content to play slow here. The only team actually moving towards the brick is going to be Nightmare, traditionally a pretty aggressive team. It makes sense that they'll be first to contest Space Station Gaming, but contesting this ramp is going to be really difficult. So they'd like to hear some other shots on the other side before trying to peek ramp, knowing that if they peek ramp early, not only Too Easy will look at them, but Too Easy's teammates also will peek it. They have to focus on 2 different directions. They have a better shot.
Yeah. You don't want to risk it all too early on, so the team's definitely going to try and pace it out as best they can. And now it's just down to those shots, right? Looking to see if Killzone can maybe find a few more. Too Easy, though, is going to be keeping a very close eye on the side there of Leviathan. They are going to be trying to keep themselves just out of harm's way, just out of reach. Meanwhile, Nightmare, they've crept up right alongside SSG here, just prepping themselves for a bit of a push potentially up that ramp. But a very stealthy rotate that we can see coming through on there. And Killzone pretty committed over on towards the MW side. Is just waiting for something to happen. Loud is going to be moving up, but he's going to watch out. He could be met with quite a bit of a hit there.
60 seconds, or almost 2 minutes actually, have gone by, and not one team has even looked at the decoding station yet. I thought there would be no way that we see a team close it out in 4, but it's looking more and more likely that SSG will be that team. Nightmare electing to go underground. They're going to be underneath this decoding station. They'll be able to come up the stairs right around where that number 1 is, where Killzall's at right now. If they want to go that direction, or they come around Centrifuge, which it looks like they're going to go stairs at Centrifuge instead. And now MW getting really aggressive, using that Tempest ult to, frankly, just get intel. Killzall able to knock them, send them right back the way they came, and that's going to be on cooldown. Frankly, I don't know if I love that play. Just using it for intel, you're only going to have one more shot at using Tempest ult. It's going to be down to the last couple seconds before SSG get the brick. So MW going to be a non-factor for a little while. It's going to have to be a team like Leviathan now getting aggressive, or Nightmare getting aggressive, not MW. But now 70 seconds on the clock. It's starting to get a little bit dire. Teams don't necessarily know who this is that is decoding the brick currently. There's not a ping anymore saying that this is a match point team. But if they get eyes on one of these players and figure out who they are, they would have a little bit more pip in their step. They'd be a little bit more urgent. This match is about to be over. Day 3 is about to be closed. If somebody doesn't make a move, they gotta go.
I think what really counts in favor here of SSG is just how the teams have been positioned, right? You can see Liquids and MW very close to each other, so there could be quite a bit of fighting coming through on that end. It is going to be a cheeky push coming through here from J Device, but Killzall,
oh, come on,
shooting through the tiniest little gap in the fences there. Oh, Rapid now going to start to move up.
20-second hold.
Nice. And mayhem all over the place.
What is happening? 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Go.
He's on the decoding station right now. If he
go.
Trying to make a move for the brick. 6 seconds on the clock.
5 seconds.
And they do. 1, 2. Can he get a boat? Space Station, give me their 10. 1 second. We needed 1.
With 1 second left. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Crazy.
1 more game. Skies needed 1 more bullet to miss.
That was impossible for them to hold.
Right there. Oh, too close for comfort in my opinion, but a great
that
job.
Was very close.
They didn't have time for
if Leviathan didn't push in, they would have been good. That would have been it.
Whew, that was close.
If you had popcorn left, it would be all over the floor right now with all the action that these teams are bringing onto the Mantle Brick. But as we've seen now, right, the decode has only been interrupted, so somebody has to get it started yet again. Somebody has to venture forward, and now it's going to be Leviathan just absolutely ripping into the side of Nightmare.
Well, it's going both ways. Leviathan down to a solo. They picked up their res, and they heard the beeps. Nightmare full.
And that was a huge pick from Equal.
So much damage from the hip fire, but unfortunately on the contest, not realizing.
Nah, this guy's stuck now.
But this weakens this Nightmare roster for the push coming in from FX. Really late to the party, but they're able to reap the rewards from that push since Nightmare is down to 1 player. FX lose 1 in transition, but should be able to pick up this res no problem. We're down to 3 teams left, and I say no problem, but now MW show up, get the code, gonna start the timer again, and they've got to play for the rest of FX if they want.
Device is in a good position.
They're in a pretty decent spot on the map. Team Liquids, as a full team of 3, could make a play for this brick, or they can make a play for the kill on MW.
They definitely could. It's all down to whether or not they should and whether or not they will. That is going to be the big question here, because you can see Himura just scouting it out, making sure that there's nobody on that drop, at least not for the time being. But Meg is going to be moving into position. You can see that Bow also getting ready to do a little bit of something over there. But up they go. J Device is going to go in for the steal. Does get this. Oh, does get the nab just in time. And with that, the clock is down to 3 minutes yet again. And now it's up to Liquids to see, can they keep the pressure up, right? Can they stay on this decode and own it all the way through?
Now that they have control, and NW is down to a duo. Team Liquids just need to play patient here. They're playing from storage containers, shipping containers rather, on the right. I don't love that position. It's kind of difficult to hold the decoding station itself, but it does give you a decent amount of presence over the top. So a couple players running into transition. I mean, if there's smokes, FX should be able to get to the decoding station. And I don't know that Team Liquids...
For Zero Damn Duo, my character is best. I would unironically, if you're playing specifically admin, I would run Tempest Toxic. That's a good combo. Oh, Luna. You do Luna Toxic as well, also very strong. Luna Toxic is more well balanced.
Yeah, well, with only 3 teams in here, still a lot that can happen, as you can see. Poppy just sending out a quick cheeky arrow there, just trying to make sure that the coast is all clear. We still have a minute and 30
It also depends on who you're good at too, right? Like, I can say this character is good, right? But if you can't play this character, then it's better to be on a comfort pick than whatever is meta, you know?
Have less time than what the decode is going to take to happen and take place. But now, up they come. It is going to be the side of FX starting to push up ramp, coming into the alley. Watch out for Meg though. Up comes Jade. 3 squads trying to make a play for this Mantle Brick, and FX is going to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
There we go. One more changeover. 2.5 minutes on the clock. And exactly half of the match time that we have for them to play through this.
I mean, this is exactly what I was talking about.
Tempest and Luna would be my suggestion.
Shipping containers on the right. I don't think Liquids.
It's because if you get a pick with someone, right, you can Tempest alt and Toxic alt, and then the Toxic person doesn't even need to push because they're already tagged with the HP debuff. So the Tempest should be able to win. But you want to play more passive, then you can go Luna Claw, Luna Toxic, but then you basically just both need to push at the same time and just throw a body at it after a pick.
4.5 or a little bit less. We truly are starting to run out of daylight here if we want to get the brick at all.
So they're going to have to unlock that extra level of efficiency if they want to secure the brick and steal it away from the side here of FX. But I like the spread that FX is going for here. Up comes Pildora though. Big distraction there on the side of FX, and this is exactly what they need to use to try and capitalize upon. You got to watch out for Meg. Is going to be waiting in the wing there as Pildora quickly just pulls back. Now J-Device is going to be looking to move up yet again. Loud Pildora going to try and just control the Mantle Brick for the time being. And I mean, that would be golden for it, right? They need the points, and this would be an epic step up from them. But let's see whether or not that is going to be on the cards for them.
Next steal
My least favorite offers, ironically, are popular opposites. Polar opposites. You can't play Suniva or Byron. I love Suniva. Suniva is so much fun.
Little over 3 minutes to go. Everybody waiting for their Tempest cooldowns. It looks like Pildora may try to make a play here. Again, MW the only team that's a duo. FX playing really passive right now from ramp. And now they're going for the smoke and run. Now that Tamiyoza does have Tempest ult off cooldown. Here's the move. Needs to get there, but Liquids this time going to try to barrel stuff them at the line. They get all the way to the decoding station. They knew what their error was last time. The error last time was, we can't see the decoding station. How do you see the decoding station? You sit on it. They push up a much better position. MW looking over their heads right now. Do need to be careful about the backside. If they get pinched here, yes, a better position to hold the line. It's also an easier position for MW to make a big play. Fernandez actually helping out a little bit.
Oh, Tobias got picked. Oh no.
Fernandez will be looking over the top of Liquids. Should see MW.
They're committing to the hold.
With one player down for Liquids, and there's no chance of them getting that res. Poppy might be in a bit of trouble. Meg gonna have to be the hero. They don't know that he's on the decoding station, or at least what side. Tamiyoza does find one member of Loud. There it is. Liquid's in trouble. It's gotta be Poppy by himself.
5 seconds.
To the util, and Pildora will clean him up. Liquids go down.
What?
Decoding interrupted.
What you just said there?
And FX last on the map. Sometimes
No way. He didn't even
And in
need
the
to
storybooks,
like sit there. He
the
could have just
tortoise
left.
wins the race.
No?
The slowest to the brick gets paid.
Wait, what?
It looks like Pildora may try to make a
Do
play
you
here.
see that? He's
Again, MW, the only team that's a
He's
duo.
just
FX
there.
going really passive right now from ramp. And now they're going for the smoke and run. Now that Tommy Yoza does have Tempest ult off cooldown. Here's the move. Needs to get there, but Liquid's this time going to try to barrel stuff them at the line. They get all the way to the decoding station. They knew what their error was last time. The error last
Wait,
time
I'm
was,
so
we can't see the decoding station. How
confused.
do you see the decoding station? You sit on it. They push
He can
up, a
leave
much
there
better
now?
Position. MW looking over their
Like
heads right now.
he's
So they need
here
to be
holding
careful
this
about the
side.
backside. If they get pinched here, yes, a better position to hold the line. It's also an easier position for MW to make a big play. Fernandez actually helping out a little bit while his teammates hurts them. Fernandez will be looking over the top of Liquids. Should see MW peek this door in a second. With one player down for Liquids, and there's no chance of them getting that res. Poppy might be in a bit of trouble. Meg gonna have to be the hero. They don't know that he's on the decoding station, or at least what side. Tamioza does find one member of Loud. There it is. Liquid's in trouble. It's got to be Poppy by himself.
Like he's smoked. He could have ran up the bridge.
Pildora will clean him up. Liquids go down. Decoding interrupted. 90 seconds on the clock, and FX last on the
Ah,
map.
if he ran up the stairs, he would have finished. He would have survived the last 5 seconds. Then the two teams would have fought and no one would have gotten the break and they would have won. Ah, they're so unlucky.
Won't even hardly get anything because they were too worried about a rat.
Like if he just went up the stairs, because it was smoked.
Nobody got the brick.
Yeah.
Either stealing it or taking them down. So they play
Maybe,
slow, they
I
play
doubt
patient.
it.
And again, the tortoise wins the race.
Because they knew he was there already, because he already shot.
So good job from FX. They're going to be near the top of the leaderboard, up with Space Station Gaming, who was 1 second away from closing it out in 4 today. Heroics to save the day. Space Station Gaming.
Nightmare need to get a brick. I'm like getting nervous because they don't have a brick.
Absolutely insane, right? Who would have thought that this is how it was going to turn out? But big shout out going out to Fluxor, as they are going to be our team.
Yeah, nice to normal. And like he maybe play the other the kick.
Glorious mantle brick and almost 1200 damage being secured in this past round. So I mean, Tamiozo and the team, they worked exceptionally hard, and even though they might have been the tortoise in this past round, you know, they also get their day in the sun.
Yeah, Device is on a team with
Here's a look
like
at the overall leaderboard. FX 7 kills. Maybe the tortoise, but that tortoise was shooting, man. 7 kills is awesome to see. Everybody else, Nightmare pick up 4, Leviathan pick up 3. Decent spread of eliminations across the bow, and generally speaking, nothing really to write home about on the screen besides the fact that FX do leapfrog the leaderboard with that mana brick, and those points does allow FX to actually have solid squad points, but Nightmare still pick up solid points as well. Here's equal plays. Farmer Lucas
Nightmare
there, playing from the
got
ramp.
in the
Did a
back.
pretty good job of spoiling some people's days, but it was FX by the end of the day as the last.
DMing me something? Okay.
Yeah, and at the end there can only be one. And of course, when it comes to damage, it is going to be Uhimura that is going to be locking that one in. 731 damage ahead of Farmer Lucas and Widows. But of course, looking at the assist, right, equal, bringing in his equal responsibility, making sure that the team can get some points on the board. As we saw, it was a pretty tough run for Nightmare, right? They got taken out kind of through that midway push as all the chaos descended down upon the mantle break, but it is going to be the asset owners, right? Uhimura picking up 670k, just slightly ahead of what Pildora and J Device were able to pick up as well.
Yeah, and these asset totals don't mean too much just because a kill is 800k, but we'll take what we can get, a little bit of extra on top just to make sure our next kits are just that much better. But 4 kills from Ohimura is a great rep from them. And again, they were just playing slow, playing third parties, catching people unaware, catching people on reses, end up wiping the last remaining members of Nightmare after they were in engagement. Just really playing patient. And this has been their playstyle over the last 2 days of competition that we've seen them compete. FX have this playstyle that is much slower than some of the other teams, and it does work occasionally. And this time it worked in a really big way. Big shout out to FX there. And folks, you can see it down below. Go drop a follow on all major socials here with Delta Force esports accounts as well as our official accounts. There's a ton of info out there about the Delta Force Rise series as well, and the Twitch channels down below, panels rather, on our Twitch channel. You can click Americas or EMEA to learn more about the Delta Force Rise series. We were almost done for the day, but we're at least going one more map. FX, SSG, can they close it out in 5, or will we play a 6? Back to Space City we go here in just a moment. We'll be right back after a short break.
Hello, Izuku, how are you? Thank you, Moran. Thank you, thank you. I hope you're doing well today. Good morning.
This court finds that the AI holds no legal responsibility.
But the data, this doesn't add up. Just do what the AI
Priority. Protect company assets. Valve closed.
You destroyed our home!
That dream again.
Gabriel Mercier, codename N2, role engineer. As a former nuclear facility engineer, N2 was removed from his position following a major incident that escalated into legal proceedings. He later returned to military service and was reassigned to Arctic deployment under CBR and related units. With the originally designated technical specialist unable to fulfill operational requirements, and following assessment review, N2 has been approved as a replacement operator for the subsequent operation.
Stun out. Throwing stun. Stun hit. Freeze right there. It's getting cold.
N2 is equipped with a modified grenade launcher, capable of firing up to 6 LN2 grenades. Upon impact, each round detonates and releases a burst of cryogenic gas, dealing area damage and significantly impairing enemy mobility. Sustained hits can fully immobilize targets through extreme low temperature exposure.
Cold. I can go colder.
We can't hold them off! Fall back! Move! I'll cover you! I'll get you out of here.
Eagle needs to get the brick this time. But they burn Tempest this round, they're not gonna have Tempest for the last round, and then SSG takes it. So you still have the Tempest.
What goes around comes around.
Not gonna do very much though. When you get barrel stuff, Skydie is getting aggressive.
See what I did there? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Let's knock them off their feet.
There we go. Much damage in there it is. Welcome back, Delta Force Rise Series, Day 3, Week 1 here with the Americas region, and we have just wrapped up our first Space City round, round 4. I mean, I say this all the time, but that one also was a banger, man. SSG almost closed things out in 4 total. They had the brick, they were decoding it, and they get stuffed at the line with 1 second left until they get the brick. But with our rule,
Yeah, but FX already used both their Tempest. They used one of their Tempest. But SSG still has 2 Tempest.
A ton of chaos, frankly, of a big fight after SSG went down. But Fluxo on top now with total of 19 squad points after what was a fantastic map from them. They picked up 7 kills that map, bringing their total to 12 kill points. And with the extra supply at 19 total, they're in first here, TK.
Yeah, it is a pretty good look on them. I'm not going to lie about that. But looking at it, though, there are more teams stepping up to the plate, right? I mean, Nightmare, Leviathan can all look to bag themselves one of those Mandel bricks. Of course, if you ask that to Flux or to
SSG is in a better position.
It's not allowed. One of them needs to get it coming into this next game, and especially looking at the operator picks that SSG has made, not taking their Tempest coming into the previous round. That could be exactly what they have in mind, right? Coming in with still having the double Tempest play in round 5 and potentially round 6 if we do even go that far. So some big strategies coming through here from the squads. Excited to see who is going to be the one to try and test it out. And I'm pretty sure that SSG is going to just camp that thing down. They're going to lock it up, make sure that nobody can even look at the Mandelbrick.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it was well earned from FX. They desperately needed to get that brick because they are out of Tempest operators now. So you can see FX, MW, both have used their Tempest already. They used them on Brackish. They used them on our first Space City map. So they're going to be at a disadvantage going into the next couple of rounds. Doesn't mean they can't get the brick, just a small disadvantage. Everybody else still Tempest to play with, and this has been the main comp that we've been seeing.
They say small disadvantage, but I think not having a Tempest is really difficult.
This is the same comp over and over and over again. And if you don't see a Tempest, you're probably going to see an Alluru. So overall, Space City, there's only a couple operators that really make a ton of sense. But if we do get to round 6, if we go one more game after this, that's
they
when
definitely need a brick here.
Limited, and they have to get a little more creative. But talk to me about the spawns. What can we expect?
Well, it's definitely not going to be MW or FX getting their hands on those T1 spawns. It could be any one of the other squads, of course. As you know, you can't get the back-to-back T1 spawns. The same goes for any of the other spawns, right? You can only get that spawn that you get that round. The next one, it either goes up or down, but it will never be the same one again. So let's see who will be the one to claim those T1 spawns coming into this round. And the teams now are just prepped up and ready to go. They are going to be looking for that full-on send. And this it be go, 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 as we are going to be looking at the race. The race starts here with LEV taking that first T1 spawn. SSG, though, they are going to be spawning all the way back over in towards the backside here. Good spray down coming through, though.
Yeah, this is the classic shooting off spawn, but this time everybody playing much more aggressive around the brick. You can see Liquids, see Nightmare, Leviathan, even FX moving towards the brick already, playing around central map. SSG pulled Dormitory. They threw some shots down range, much like Nightmare threw shots at them last time. They don't get a ton of value from it, though, so they're going to be coming in pretty late to mid-map. We'll see who gets the brick first. Nightmare in the best position currently. They've already made their way underground. They're going to be underground between Centrifuge and CEO, trying to decide where they want to pop up and potentially going to be playing against Liquids. You can see in the X-ray, they're working their way towards each other. Quick look at the operators, though, in the kits. SSG want to close it out here. They've got the meta comp, and they've got all
Every
gold
team is
across
in the
board.
middle.
Everybody else.
Oh, this is a really bad round to go for the brick.
There's a lot of investment. FX also want to win.
There's a lot of pressure here.
Leviathan trying to get on the board with their first brick by bringing in a bunch of gold.
Yeah, so it shows you that these teams mean business. They are here. They are taking it super serious, and they want to end it up right here. But it's all going to come down to who gets their hands on that final mantle brick, right? Not necessarily first, but the final hand on it, and who can actually make it decode all the way through. You can see NW looking at a few of the bots there. We actually did see one of the players getting hit with a tank earlier today, so that was quite hilarious. But now it is going to be up to Nightmare to start their play and start their push. As of course the ultis are ready, and it is going to be a full set onto the mantle brick.
Equal plays, using the ult, trying to make a push here. Feels the pressure from the other side, and Socio Legend finds him through the smoke. Of course, Equal will be able to get the self-revive off, but Socio Legend gets the brick. Nice job finding the player through smoke, getting the brick, and now on to the move. Looks like they may go indoors, potentially.
They have to play really slow now.
Behind. Oh, no! Utter disaster. Pildora peaks at the perfect time, and it's both of his teammates get cut down. Leviathan are off the map. MW playing aggressive this time around. It pays off huge. Brick about to be in hand, and all three up in 3 kill points.
Absolutely insane play coming through there from them, but of course it is going to be MW now rushing forward. As they have that mantle brick in hand, they have quite a bit of a way to go. The decoding stations are not where they are, and the hits now coming through as they get hit. It is going to be Equal.
Okay. Huge. Equal's locked in.
Nice shot from Equal plays. Strike while the iron is hot. They were picking up a res there kind of out in the open, so a freebie for them. Now they're able to finish the res, rather, and now Equal plays is going to be moving into a full team of 3. They need some of this util to land, so they have an advantage. Equal's shooting straight today. Still thinks the player is behind these boxes, but it looks like Pildora is actually wrapped out to the right. As long as he doesn't expose his shoulder on the right-hand side, should be fine. Loud is quite literally on 1 HP.
Oh, that guy's 1 HP.
Lower. Be able to heal up, and now
Lucas.
needs a bit of damage.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Finds the angle on Lucas. Nightmare in deep trouble.
No.
Nightmare go down.
Oh, God.
On Earth, DW a solo, and they are full wiped. MW was in last place.
Oh, it's good.
To really show for anything except for this map. Like, they haven't hardly done anything on the map in general.
Oh, no.
A couple kills here, a couple kills there. They have 2 full team wipes.
That is 1 HP. If they smoked right side, they could have just committed the 3v2.
They still have quite a long way
No.
to go, as SSG is going to be waiting just up ahead of them. Of course, still
Especially off that knock.
in this round. It is going to be Liquids and FX.
And dear.
On that far southern position. But I'm curious to see what the approach is going to be from both SSG as well as FX, right? As we know, both those teams had the mantle brick already decoded. So if any one of those get the play here onto MW, will definitely help them end up the day quickly. But again, you can see SSG now just scanning, looking over onto the opposite ramp. Not spotting out any angles, but they have a pretty good idea of where to go looking for MW.
SSG a long way away. MW have yet to put the brick into a decoding station. They're actually off screen right now running. You can see them through X-ray here, actually running towards SSG, and the M82 barely misses over the top of Rapid, but they hear the shots and they know they're in trouble. They try to smoke, try to run, and it doesn't look like SSG are able to hit their shots. Now pay attention, top middle of your screen, there is a timer. That is not the decode. MW still have it in hand. If they don't put it in a decoding station in the next 90 seconds, it will go back to spawn. Killzall getting really aggressive, playing up front. Still hasn't popped his Tempestol. With one down, could be an opportunity to play really aggressive here, especially when they get the cleanup. They're going to slow down for a second and make sure that they can reload and play for the fight. Here they go now. Killzall, smelling that blood in the water. He's going to go hunt down his opponents. Got nothing to lose with Tempestol up. Oh, just grab the brick. Yep. We don't care about kills. Thank you very much. Got to get to the decoding station in 70 seconds, though. Let's make a move.
Yeah. Pick up those knees, lift them high, and get that mantle break to safety. It does seem like they're for that northern decoding station.
Yep.
And nobody is even close to that. So this could be a great play coming through from the side of SSG. I've not seen this decoding station being played just yet. So this is going to be a first for me as well. But you know what? SSG, they are up for the challenge. They are up to be tested. And I mean, FX already starting to wrap around, heading through the hoist room as they try to get themselves all the way over to contest this decoding.
Yeah, this decoding station is interesting. It's out in the sand.
Hello, how are you?
Design once the sand was redone a while ago. And with this decoding station, the cover that you have on the actual decoding station itself is actually a ton. But any move to get to the decoding station is wide out in the open. So it's kind of a weird one to play for. You have to have a ton of smokes, and you have to put down a ton of covering fire. You're absolutely going to get shot here. And you actually see, I was curious, these guys came from the north side of the map. They likely
Are we hoping to win? Nightmare and LZ.
From his team, because he's able to get intel from top of Central Command, looking over to see teams rotating in. You can give call-outs to the roster, so they know which angles to look at first, since there's so many different positions you could potentially go for from this brick. You could even rotate all the way up.
Thank you, Moran. Thank you.
From the backside of the decoding station if you wanted. But too easy, we'll be able to spot almost every rotation.
Ooh. That was almost an absolutely impressive hit coming through from Skies. Just missing that shot very narrowly, but up comes the push here as FX is going to try and test the
okay. Meg gotta pick with the bow.
So we're going to continue to apply a little bit of pressure as they move up. But SSG pretty much got it under lockdown, at least for the time being. Meanwhile, the rest of the lobby still pretty focused in on each other, right? That is going to be MW and LSZ. Not quite sure what they're going at here, but either which way, it is going to be exciting.
Well, they're going at it because Meg actually hit a nice bow shot over the top of the board. A great shot all the way down range to actually knock the furthest MW member. You can see them on your screen right now. Down and full.
No one's challenging. We gotta challenge the brick. We don't need a fight here.
They come flying in.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, there's no reason to take this fight. You need to go to the brick.
So they back off, but we have 2 minutes on the clock. And the only team contesting the brick now is the only other team that could close things out. It's FX on the other side. And this is the rotation I was talking about. You can come all the way in from the backside of the decoding station, but it's immediately picked up from Too Easy, who has moved back to the team.
They're too locked in, you know?
90 seconds. Wants to play as a full team of 3 here. The fight's still happening, going for the res, bottom right-hand corner of our screen here.
Panda only yells like that in TFD.
The main fight, the one that matters the most,
confirmed.
Is one on screen for now. It's FX versus SSG at the decoding station. The only 2 teams here. And Team Liquids have backed away from MW because they want to come play for the brick as well. So here comes Team Purple. Liquids gonna try to make a move. They're coming in a little late. Only about 60 seconds for them to make a play. SSG feel the pressure from both sides.
Well, let's see how they are going to look to kind of pace themselves through this one. So far, they look pretty confident, pretty comfortable. Just under a minute remaining on the clock, so it's all going to be go, go, go. As we do see Liquids are starting to move up. Just pulling up in towards the top side there. Coming into the central command building.
No, I need to make a play.
Fernandez also just
I need to make a play right now. There's only 30 seconds. If they knock a single player, you're not going to be able to contest, and then it's over.
Fernandez getting really aggressive. He's going to have to gun down Easy first. Easy feels the pressure and backs all the way up to the decoding station. He knows the best he can do right now. Don't die. Sit on the decoding station and stop this Tempest. Oh, wait, it's FX. They don't have a Tempest.
Okay.
Gunning down your opponent. Too Easy. Still on brick. Killzall holding the long angle. 9 seconds on top. Killzall's killing everybody. Here comes Liquids.
That crazy angle.
4 seconds. 3 seconds.
No.
SSG have held the line
It's
yet
too
again.
late.
SSG will win the match.
Oh
They will
my
be
goodness, it's
perfect throughout the
over.
course of the group stages. 10 points yet again. And they're going to get as many kills as they can
LSU
to
was a
assuredly
little
rack
too
up a couple
late.
$50 here, couple $50 there. And continue to add more salt to the wound of all their opponents. Nobody can stop Space Station Gaming.
Oh, again, another absolutely impressive performance coming through here from Killzone.
Crazy.
Just so on the money, but he's
Crazy
not done yet as he
play.
continues to clean
I
up
can
here.
feel it. Yeah. Bro is just
I mean, it's just not
farming
even
out there.
close.
Bro, MW showed up
Space
so
Station
late,
Gaming
bro. They
put
didn't
the
even
brick
show
into
up to the
North.
break.
And without that match point notification that we used to have, I really like this change. These teams are going to have to start waking up. They have to start playing for the brick. You can't rely on somebody else to do the dirty work for you. And Liquids and FX, they just roll up too late. It was too close. And some great
I think the info is good, though.
That's too easy sticks at the decoding station to wait for any errant Tempest that could creep their way through. FX has got to be shaking their head about burning their Tempest early in Brackish. They really got nothing for that. If they would have had a Tempest for this map, I think they could have made this a better map 5. And they're going to get the res, too? There's no way.
I mean, they got to look to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, DK, we got to talk about points right now, right? We know the top 2 teams, but it's anybody's game still around MW, Leviathan, Nightmare, Liquids. Like, if MW and Liquids don't extract here, you can still see Leviathan get third.
Yeah. No, 100%. Right? They could definitely do that. So, ooh. Liquids, though. They're going to be coming in a bit hard here, but I mean, it's not going to matter all too much what happens to SSG right here. If they go down now, it's okay. They have gotten that second brick. They have double bricked the body, so they are going to be feeling quite comfortable about it. But JDevice still going to continue to try. Got to watch out for Meg, though, coming in with the off-angle hits, though. Oh, the send is there. I like this bold push coming through from LSD, right? They need the points. And Liquids, this could be their opportunity to find it, even though it might potentially be at the expense of SSG. But if it's up to SSG, they're going to try and deny them
Hello,
every
Viz,
single
how are
point they
you?
get, because in doing so, it ensures a stronger finish for SSG on the overall scores.
Meg has been
right
using
now,
the
they get
bow
first
like
medal, they get 10
consistently.
points.
He's been getting a
Any
lot of
kills
good
that
picks.
SSG get right now, the only thing that
It's just that they
care
can't
about
really
is
capitalize on
just
it.
an extra $50. I mean, they've gotten everything they want and more, and they're actually going to get it. JDevice goes down. Kill's all looking to clean that kill up if he can. Meg holding. Kills all at bay potentially.
A bow and cob,
Easy.
yeah.
Arrow connects, but he's on Tempest ult, so he's going to go all the way back. It's up to Megalith to land these shots, as somehow we've allowed Space Station Gaming to get a full res, fully restabilize. And the only team of 3 that's left on the map is MW. Now, the good news for MW fans is, remember, they picked up 2 full team wipes earlier in this map. Talk about a huge comeback, as unfortunately Meg goes down. Liquids are out of here.
Meg
You can
goes
see how close
down.
it is at the bottom of our leaderboard. Getting 0 points on your second match day. This is day 3 of week 1, but the second match day for these teams, it's got to be extremely frustrating. So MW actually in a really
You
good
got a
spot to
lot
get
of
third,
picks
which is huge for
today.
them,
I
because
think
gotta
like you
remember,
got
DK,
like 4 or
they got
5.
last in the first rep in their first match day. So any points here is massive.
Yeah, definitely is, right? They have to try and secure anything and everything that they can find here. And really for MW, I mean, sitting in 3rd place right now, especially if they are able to confirm a few more hits, is going to set them up quite well. And I mean, SSG, you said they don't necessarily have to worry about getting kill points, right? They don't have to do anything other than just finishing up this round. But I think still focusing on kills, making sure that you just keep on tallying them up.
Yeah, Meg is
If
good.
there later comes a situation where
A fellow
you're into
Saniba
tiebreakers,
enjoyer.
kill points could potentially maybe be a thing, right? All of those help stack up the squad points. So I think the more points they are able to find here is going to work for them regardless of how they get those. And of course, now adding Puldora to the mix definitely helps drive that point home. And already SSG, they're sitting on 8 kills. Killzilla got 6 so far. Killzilla, rather.
I like Killzilla. I think he needs to change his name to that. That's actually super apt. MW, again, super smart. They send one player out of the map, I believe via test workshop, no bag, if I saw that correctly. So this is a great play from them. Again, just protecting loot value. They've done a ton of work on this map already. 6 kills in total. Just talking about that. So if Loud can also get this res and maybe they play for a couple kills on SSG, like they could easily get third. Go from bottom of the leaderboard to third is a huge jump. Something else worth mentioning, DK, while we have a second, because this is over, right? SSG already won, is winning faster, winning in map 5 or double bricking map 4, you're actually preventing teams from getting points.
Yeah.
Because anytime a team gets a mantle brick at all, that's an extra point. So winning this fast was a huge
Good
win
prediction. Yeah, I mean, we saw it yesterday. They literally just got a free brick because they ran Tempest and no one else had a Tempest. So even if they didn't win this one, they probably would have won the next one.
Another $50 to his name. MW swinging around the corner trying to get something for their efforts. They go down. They get one player out. And maybe it's a spoiler. Maybe it's not.
I see the planes. No, but they're not. It's too late. Load up the Chiefs. Load up the Chiefs. Load up the Chiefs, bro.
I will hold up that thought. We've got their cons. Let's listen in.
Fuck it. Yeah. What the fuck?
Some excitement and also a bit of, man, it's over? That's it?
Look at the banner.
Everybody's gone?
Yeah. I mean, what an epic finish it is coming through, right? Pick up the cheese.
They're eating my plate the wrong way.
That one guy, everybody saluted him too easy. He's like, nah, not yet. And off they go.
They saluted the wrong way. Too buddy.
SSG finishing strong.
He's like, wait a minute.
Again, absolutely brilliant play coming through here from them. And I like what you were saying about the team finishing early, right? If they are able to wrap the match up around about round 4, round 5.
GG's.
Does amazing things for them on the
On to the next day.
Makes it really tough for the
I have to wait until Friday.
Closing early just prevents more points from your opponents in this group match. And so, you know, yesterday and the day before, like we saw games go to 6 in game 7 because that allowed a lot of teams to get a bunch of bricks. And so that's a big point, kind of gathering point for a lot of these rosters to find that extra point here, extra point there. That could be the difference. But SSG are the best team today and arguably the best team in the entire Americas region. They picked up 10 kills in this last match. They put up 2,100 damage and they get the mail to brick. A huge swing, $500 spread out between
Wanna run some
the kills
games?
they pick up on the
No,
map.
broke.
But another 10 group stage points means they are
I'm gonna get it
primed and in position
easy.
to skip the survivor stage if things can continue to go this way. I still tip my hat to FX, who at least played for the brick that round. They just didn't have a Tempest to utilize, so it's really difficult to get the steal against a Space Station Gaming that was so set up and prepared for the fight. And then MW, they did what they needed to do. 6 kills on that map should push them up the leaderboard. Maybe not all the way to 3rd place, but at least within contention and maybe at least getting some points since they struggled in their last match day. But take me through these DK kills. I'll pick up 6 as a solo. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, bro's been cooking, right? That's why I called him Killzilla there for a second, because he's just been heating it up. You can see the damage also looking pretty sweet there as well. 1,200 damage coming his way.
Meg did 800 damage with the bow, by the way.
You gotta give a shout out to Meg, doing some phenomenal things out there. Yet again, major pain in the side for quite a few of the players here. But at the end of the day, it is going to be the top assisters helping to make things happen. MW, I think they brought in a performance here today, right? Yes, they didn't get their hands on a Mandel Brick, but they bounced back considerably. Look at this. The assets also that they were able to bag here. You see Rapid and Puldora coming through, looking pretty strong. That puts them on at least 2.4 mil coming in off the back of just this round. So I mean, pretty strong things happening for them. And I think MW can be proud, right? Because they now have points on the board as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. MVP was kills, although the Beast, yet again, 6 kills, almost 1,200 damage, and 1 million in assets gained just from Safebox. Well done from Space Station Gaming to continue to prove why they are on paper the best.
Alright, time to let up Delta Force. Why them? Because they're my friends.
Yalla.
There. Let's see where we're at. I unironically think we have $0. Yep, we have 83k. We're good.
Connection established. Wait for my orders.
You gonna do the R6 Easter egg? I don't have to jump. Where did I go? I don't remember. I don't think I did anything. I've been like barely playing. I've been even watching this entire week. We just finished watching the esports. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hello, Sneezy. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Oh, that was a good match to watch though. They all did so well. Now it's my turn. My turn to get last. Oh, we have dollars. Let's go. 350k. That's pretty good. Hey, what? Who's that forces? Mine? I don't think this is mine. No, this is definitely not mine. No, I think I picked it up when I killed someone and I had no storage. I had no space. So then I just went to my mailbox. I need to do easy though, because I'm out of money here.
On my mark.
They ended early today. I got like 2 hours or so.
Ensure success in every mission you accept.
And up and down. I feel ease. Ah, they did so well. Like, even playing to that level, like, I know they feel like bad because they know they could do better. But to me, they already did amazing, you know? Yeah. Unless you want to go somewhere else. I'm just here to make money. Are you sick? You sound a little sick. Make sure you drink lots of water.
What?
Yeah, drink lots of water.
You have me on my HD.
You want to do it? Not really. I'm broke. I'm trying to get money. But I do it later into the season. It lasts for the entire season. So I might as well just wait until the end of the season. Yeah, exactly. You can only get this skin in the next 2 weeks. It's a decent K4 through 7 skin actually. It's not terrible. Doesn't fit my style, but it's not bad. I'll do it after I finish my 3x3 and get some more money. I've just been lazy.
You go.
Yeah?
I think you can put duplicates in the card box, by the way.
Can you really? Ah, interesting.
I think it's up to you to track it.
That's kind of stupid. That's actually really stupid.
I didn't play Stinger, no.
No, play whoever, it doesn't matter.
A Havoc nuclear engineer. Agent Crew. This is AC-3 facility. Reactor 2 has been sabotaged. Havoc internal forces can't handle this threat anymore. You're all I've got left.
Well, this map has the real players, so we make more money from it, I think. Compared to Zero Down.
We're running blind on intel for the AL. This region is at high risk of a
Lazy,
following in mind. Shoot, loot, and time to scoot.
Experiment 66 is projected to conclude in T-minus 3 hours.
There's always a team in the building.
Submit safety risk assessments on schedule.
Okay. Repelling.
Yeah, they're pushing in now.
I don't have shield yet.
What weapon you have?
M4.
In.
This way.
Here.
Come this way.
Shield in 15.
It's below us.
Under us. Under us. Not sure yet. 5 seconds.
Got one.
Nice.
Stay behind me.
Really?
Why you do that? The legs.
What are you? Above us. Ah, I missed. That has to be a bot. There's no way this guy is not a bot. Oh, where are the real players?
Anyone need this?
Take these.
SG. That's pretty much it. Just the SG.
Yeah, they not loot.
Then.
Toxic crate up here.
Yeah, you grab it. They're probably gonna add AZ3 to the pro map rotation at some point. That's gonna be cool, I guess. Cause there's decent value for doing it, but pro teams don't do wall breaker because you can't extract from wall breaker. Do the polish switch with wall breaker.
Imagine if those little radiation containers, like the items radiated, but it's a guaranteed red.
Like a mammal brick, kind of, I guess.
Yeah, but it hurts you.
That'd be a cool idea. Crazy. 100 no liquids yesterday. Ooh. There's one right here. Let's go. Big Fiat most of it. That's so unlucky that the map ended. That's what I'm worried about. Like, if you don't get that early break, you're kinda cooked. Like, that's what I was thinking about. Like, the first break is actually really important. In terms of, like, pacing. I did feel a lot more breathing room, like, having that first break advantage. Because then you can save your Tempest. And you can, and if someone closes out early, you still like you're like above half the team's replacement. Yeah, I think they need to play more aggressive for the first brick. I don't know. I can't give up the first brick that easily. Because the advantage for having the first brick is just too big.
Hit a bot. You have a suppressor on that?
Yeah?
It's in a low.
It's been bot blusty.
Changing mags.
Press.
Stay in formation.
Better check the surroundings first.
Throw back that side.
Reloading. Cover me.
Nobody here.
My FTS is dropping a 1.
It is.
Let's head to this extraction point.
AC3 key detected. Target location marked.
We need to initiate emergency scrum. But these idiots locked me in a shack near the control room. Get me out of here before it's too late.
Watch out for ambushes. Found them.
Stay behind me.
Enemy here. Reloading. Cover me.
It's like kind of annoying that I have to. It's like the freaking prison glitch, but on AZ3 for some reason. Maybe it's like a new map issue. Thank you, Phantom. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for using your Prime.
No one gets through us. All future operations will be planned and carried out here. This is the perfect place for beginners to learn about the battlefield.
Yeah.
Time to move.
We've received an emergency transmission from Adawi, a Havoc nuclear engineer. Patching through.
This is AC-3 facility. Reactor 2 has been sabotaged. Havoc internal forces can't handle this threat anymore. You're all I've got left.
We're running blind on intel for the AL, but this region is at high risk of a nuclear incident. Keep the following in mind. Shoot, loot, and time to scoot.
Experiment 66 is projected to conclude in T-minus 3 hours. All units submit safety risk assessments on schedule.
Steer clear of me.
Contaminated water in the storage pool is approaching critical levels. Activate accelerated treatment protocols immediately. Prevent leakage at all costs.
AC-3 key detected. Target location marked. Key verified. Access granted.
Tell me. Out of stamina. Pushing up.
Enemies right there.
Dragonflies on the way. Dragonflies hit their mark.
Enemy here.
I get shot from behind. Topping out. I scanned. That guy under me.
talking about?
Okay.
Think you can go shot for shot with me? What's your poison?
We've received an emergency transmission from Adawi, a Havoc nuclear engineer. Patching through.
This is AZ-3 facility. Reactor 2 has been sabotaged. Havoc internal forces can't handle this threat anymore.
Experiment 66 is projected to conclude in T-minus 3 hours. All units submit safety risk assessments on schedule.
Good bad luck bumping into me.
Guess so. I didn't know there was a spawn behind this.
This one packs a punch. Enemy there.
In the building. Healing?
I'll cover you.
Ready? The second one, third and none. Alright. I hear the third near me. He's one XP. Nice. Coming? Impelling. That. Nothing. There's a pipe.
Warning. Core reactor power output surging.
Move to this place.
This way?
Building a cover.
I'm gonna open the door and alt. Nice.
Reloading. Cover me.
Finishing. And now. Coming back.
Throwing incendiary.
Behind.
Located.
By the grass. Nice. I'm gonna go back to the first team we fought. Let me know if you drew anything. And the frost. Coming. Coming. No ult.
Stay behind cover.
Let's get a jolt in our veins.
Not. Nice. Here's ult.
Target located.
He's like right here. Yeah. Nice job. Yeah, that molly was perfect. Yeah. Bring the body in. And the other one as well. Bring it in. I only got one clip left. One clip left is 9x19. It's got burster ammo a lot faster than I thought. QCQ. But then again, we just fought like 3 times, so you know I would have fight 3 times. As I could. Hey, I'll take it. 200k. I might mean toxic with their changes this season. Ah. Yes. And yeah, I'm going back to the first team again. I'm coming.
Check it out. Might be
You
some
do the thing? The what?
Heading to this place.
Why you get through your wall? Why not? Through your wall right here. You mantle off your wall. Okay, not mantle on your wall? Is that not us? Cause it's upside down. You need to throw one that has the U shape on the top. Now this one's upside down so you can't mantle. I think. The soft side needs to be on the copy. I think that's how that works. I don't play it anyway. Not a whack? Oh, maybe a smarter you do that, I guess. Up. I might place this here. If you just place it on this box, we might be getting enough height. If we stand will pop over. Can you not mantle this wall? I thought you could. Maybe not. I'm throwing. My bad. Oh, okay. So you were hitting it. Okay.
Warning. Core reactor power output surging.
Have you heard him dratting? I actually heard one footstep as I checked it. I'm coming.
We need to initiate the out of here before
There's
it's
one
too
boy
late.
somewhere. May just be a bot. I just saw Japanese man. He has a bot, what up? Ah, that much ammo left. 60 bullets. We should fight like 10 people. Oris. I'm coming. I'm 50 meters away. Nice. No, but there should be another.
This way's safer. Swapping mags.